did you expect? Who did you expect? Who did you expect? Who did you expect? Who did you expect?
Welcome to the east side. We don't wait for doors of opportunity, we just wait on when we gotta kick them in. Decatur, Georgia, or a den of thieves. Hidden leads just to feed the village. Hidden leads make them feel like ninjas. Niggas always keep the metal tucked till you run up, get your face cut. Got your brukins on the back end. Know too many niggas trapped. They be stuck in genjutsu. They see the world from a different view. Shadow clones cause they silhouettes. Hard to point out when they robbing you. You never know what be inside of you. You never know who you be talking to. Till it's 2 a.m. on the east side. Black as shadows in the nighttime. They don't wait on nothing but the right time. He ain't come around the corner. Shots fired, that's a nigga down. Sad, but this is normal around this town. I've been crying for my niggas found. I've been praying for my niggas down. Always looking for some progress. Try a nigga, he gon' regress. Locked and loaded that nigga ready. Turn your brains into a red spaghetti. I be looking for God here. Hopefully he see that I'm trying here. Say my niggas cause they really lost. Talk to my niggas before you write them off.
They say, Vic, don't you move on that side, boy. Both the crime rate and junkies stay high, boy. Scary niggas, they ain't see my vision and they see it, they want in the convoy. Stop by the corner store, know that it's kissing there. Let them watch when those punk gas for a bag of chip shot with the water. But no, they got Zaza, I don't need no patchouli. I just want water. Start bitch with my brothers like Pops and Earl. We gon' turn Keller Roll right into a Melrose. I might turn Wesley Cat to a motherfucking church. And they got to my people and teach them their worth. I don't need no appraiser, I'm knowing the worth of my property. They just sold out the cap, always a lot in the world. And I'm winning it all like construction on this side. I'm taking my time, now it's 2 a.m. on the east side. Up as fuck, no I'm writing rhymes. Late night, not an early morning like an alchemist. I'm turning into something. Shots fired, that's your nigga down. Sad, but it's normal around this town. Cause I'm calling, say you beat the charge. He can't wait to come back around. Other cousin calling, y'all stout. Say he heard prices went back up. I confirm they gassed up. Told him chill, though, cause we next up. People be looking for God here. My job is to teach them looking themselves. Say my niggas cause they really lost. Speaking for the ones they breaking off.
Who did you expect?
Biggest the what? Biggest the what? Biggest the what? Biggest the Super Bowl.
Niggas so thirsty, don't put me in beef. Dissecting my words and start looking too deep. I look at the tweets and start sucking my teeth. I'm letting it rock cause I love the mystique. I still wanna give me a song where I be. Can trust everything that you saw on IG. Just know if I diss you, I make sure you know that I hit you like I'm on your caller ID. I'm naming the album to fall off. It's pretty ironic cause it ain't no fall off for me. Still in this bitch getting bigger. They waiting on the kid to come drop like a father to be. Love when they argue the hardest MC. Is it K Dot, is it Aubrey or me? We the big three like we started a league. But right now I feel like Muhammad Ali. Yeah, Muhammad Ali, the one that they call when they shit ain't connected no more. Feel like I got a job in IT. Rhyming with me is the biggest mistake. The Spider-Man meme is me looking at Drake. It's like we recruited your homies to be demon deacons. We got them attending your wake. Hey, how the gang got away from the bars, man, this shit like a prison escape. Everybody steppers with fucking and everybody breakfast, and I'm about to clear up my plate. When I show up, it's motion picture, blockbuster. The goat with the golden pen, the top toucher, the spot rusher. Spray this whole shit up, the crop duster. Not Russia, but apply pressure to your cranium. Codes automatic when aiming with the boy in the status of stadium.
Big as the Super Bowl, but the difference is it's just two guys playing shit that they did in the studio. Niggas usually send their verses back to me and they be terrible, just like a 2-year-old. I love a dinner with some fine women. When they start debating about who the GOAT, I'm like, go ahead, say it then. Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who you bitches really rooting for? Like a kid that had been from January to November, nigga, it's just you and Cole. Big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl.
Expect.
Why that girl on her phone, G never paid attention to the room or the homie. She just missed another opportunity, and I know that she lonely with no company, She's so busy reading text, she ain't even read the room, yeah. Always sending texts like I just want myself a little boo, yeah. I think I just went stupid, hit by Cupid. The arrow hit my heart, I hope she noticed, gotta read the room, yeah.
Learn to read the room, I really wish that you can read the room. I really wish that you can look inside of me, and I can tell you how I feel, little baby. Just learn to read the room, read the room. Just read the room, Just read the room. Learn to feel that presence and that feeling in that mood. Just learn to go ahead and feel that moment too, Learn to read the room. Trying to talk to you was honestly so fucking strange. Trying to find a way that drove my brain to be deranged. I would've never thought I'd have this kind of issue. I couldn't connect with you inside of the same room. I know you feel me, at least I think you do. It's hard to tell, I cannot read the room. You seem to be unfazed, that's what you supposed to do. You seem so confused, baby, why won't you learn to read the room? I really wish that you can read the room. I really wish that you can look inside of me, and I can tell you how I feel, little baby. Just learn to read the room, read the room. Just read the room, Just read the room. Learn to feel that presence and that feeling in that mood. Just learn to go ahead and feel that moment too, Learn to read the room.
I'll show you how to read the room, baby. Say you faded off that drink, I hit the road and zoom, baby. Project nigga section 8, I never had a spoon, baby. She says it's rated, this movie coming soon, baby. No, I ain't worried about your boyfriend, he ain't like that. See me, it's on sight about that pussy, he gon' fight back. He gon' risk his life, I beat him up like go down my path. But your bitch want me, so it ain't my fault that you tried that. Oh yeah.
Learn to read the room, I really wish that you can read the room. I really wish that you can look inside of me, and I can tell you how I feel, little baby. Just learn to read the room, read the room. Just read the room, Just read the room. Learn to feel that presence and that feeling in that mood. Just learn to go ahead and feel that moment too, Learn to read the room. Yeah, everybody think it's a game. Yeah, everybody think it's a game. Yeah, everybody think it's a game. Boy, I ain't playing no games. No, boy, I ain't playing no games. Yeah, don't nobody know about the late night, early mornings with no sleep. Don't nobody know about the low time we ain't really had nothing to eat. Don't nobody know about the time we had to ride around without tank on E. Don't nobody know nothing but me. Don't nobody know nothing but me. Don't nobody know about the grind that it took. Don't nobody know how many times we put ourselves out there and got overlooked. Don't nobody know our pockets was low. Don't nobody know they think what they know. Don't nobody got love for a man, especially when a man hitting it low. Everybody got words of wisdom. Who putting in the work though? Everybody wanna get a trophy, but you ain't make it to the ship though. Better stick to your sailboat. I know you love to ride a wave. I see you really love to follow. Shouldn't say this over here though. Whoa, everything seem like a game until you get played, yeah. Everything seem like a game until you get played, yeah. Everything seem like a game until you get played, yeah. Everything seem like a game till you get played. 2K, pat me the pressure, I handle the rock. Stay on the ground till I shoot to the top. Harder than lava, I fired the op. Stay back and shoot, my heart is your heart. I don't miss nothing, my shot can't get blocked. Bust in your face like I'm Curry on God. My mentality win at all costs. Snakes in that grass, had to cut a few off. Keep my head low, my focus is pivotal. Confidence is key, don't let haters get to you. Critics always wanna say something negative. I can't mind them, I know that I'm better than them. I just know I gotta grind for my team. Take the title home and be MVP. Once I do, I'ma show on the king. Finger to the left, so quiet my demons. Everything seem like a game until you get played, yeah. Everything seem like a game until you get played, yeah. Everything seem like a game until you get played, yeah. Everything seem like a game till you get played, yeah.
Why that girl on her phone, she never paid attention.
What did you expect?
Yeah. Everybody think it's a game. Yeah. Everybody think it's a game. Yeah. Everybody think it's a game. Boy, I ain't playing no games. No. Boy, I ain't playing no games. Yeah. Don't nobody know about the late night, early mornings with no sleep. Don't nobody know about the low time we ain't really had nothing to eat. Don't nobody know about the time we had to ride around without tank on E. Don't nobody know nothing but me. Don't nobody know nothing but me. Don't nobody know about the grind that it took. Don't nobody know how many times we put ourselves out there and got overlooked. Don't nobody know our pockets was low. Don't nobody know they think what they know. Don't nobody got love for a man, especially when a man hitting it low. Everybody got words of wisdom. Who putting in the work though? Everybody wanna get a trophy, but you ain't make it to the ship though. Better stick to your sailboat. I know you love to ride away. I see you really love to follow. Shouldn't say this over here though. Whoa, everything seem like a game until you get played, yeah. Everything seem like a game until you get played, yeah. Everything seem like a game until you get played, yeah. Everything seem like a game till you get played. 2K, pat me the pressure, I handle the rock. Stay on the ground till I shoot to the top. Harder than lava, I fire the op. Stay back and shoot, my heart is your heart. I don't miss nothing, my shot can't get blocked. Bust in my face like I'm Curry on God. My mentality, win at all costs. Snakes in the gray, had to cut a few off. Keep my head low, my focus is pivotal. Confidence is key, don't let haters get to you. Critics always wanna say something negative. I can't mind them, I know that I'm better than them. I just know I gotta grind for my team. Take the title home and be MVP. Once I do, I'ma show on the king. Finger to the left, so quiet my demons. Everything seem like a game until you get played, yeah. Everything seem like a game until you get played, yeah. Everything seem like a game until you get played, yeah. Everything seem like a game till you get played, yeah.
What a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be my friend? What's going on, everybody? What's going on? We here, we live, locked in, ready to roll. Once again, a little behind, got stuck at work again. I would much rather be unemployed so I could sleep on the couch all day and run around and be on the internet. But unfortunately, currently employed and I do work. So sometimes you get caught up. Sometimes you get stuck with things you can't push off to the following day. And so that's why the show started a little late. Forgive a black man for actually having a job, doing his job, and being somewhat decent at his job. All right. So that's what happened. Okay. I don't want to see no people in the chat talking about time, this and that. It's not funny. All right. And whoever this is on my screen, okay, the ex-son husband that says your intro music is trash, fam. It's highly offensive. It's highly offensive. While I do appreciate the super chat, I cannot in good faith take this disrespect. Moderators, please time the ex-son husband out consecutively for the disrespect. There will be no disrespect of any member of the GBG, especially on my show. Occasionally, I'm fine with a little bit of back and forth. You ain't gonna start the show like that, okay? So we speak to you whenever you get out of timeout, all right? Now, oh, what a beautiful day. Orchid, it is his opinion, and it's under my authority that I don't have to listen to his opinion, okay? Now, I got two bottles of water, okay? So y'all know my motto, owns the water. Here we rocking, okay? Now, shout out to the ex-son husband. We'll see you somewhere in the near future, okay? Now, this is what we got to talk about. First, where are my table manners, okay? Let me acknowledge my brother Spence for being the sponsor of the last show. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting. Always, Spence is my guy, always holding me down. The sponsor of the last show showed a lot of love, so I appreciate it. He's probably busy right now, but when you see this, bro, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for supporting the show. It means a lot. All right. I believe he is probably Detroit native. I think he a Detroit Lions fan. So, the future is looking bright in Detroit. That's what I'll say. Okay. The future is looking bright for the Detroit Lions in some places in Detroit, everywhere but the gas stations. That was what I was told. If I visit Detroit, because I got some family down there, don't hang out at the gas station. I don't know what that means, but that's what it is. So I guess the gas station is the hangout spot there in the Detroit. I don't know. Now, this is what we're talking about today, all right? Leadership. Military people, true leadership, etc., etc. There's a lot of conversation around. There you go, my brother. Thank you, Spence. You here. I see you, bro. Thank you for supporting the last show, bro. I appreciate you. All right. Yeah, we're going to talk about leadership. We're going to talk about leadership in the military just a little bit because I'm interested in the conversation. I don't necessarily feel strongly one way or the other, but I had a conversation with somebody and it kind of sparked my interest. Okay. So we're going to discuss that. Also, I'm not very familiar with what is it? Are you guys familiar with the Who Did I Marry series? Some lady is under a lot of scrutiny over this Who Did I Marry saga or whatever the case is. I haven't seen it, so I don't know anything about it. So we're going to watch over a little recap, see how interesting it is, see what we can glean from there, have a little fun. And then we're going to get into the topic about leadership. Oh, Lord, yes, we are. Because I want to broach it. Because I get a lot of people that say people in the military, they're leaders, this, etc., this, that. So things must not go without a conversation, okay? I know my bro JJ is in the chat. So I'm going to tread lightly, okay? Because, he's part of my squad. So I'm going to tread lightly, but I'm going to try. One thing y'all know about me is this. I am going to try to listen to the counter arguments and different perspectives. Whether I agree is not always pertinent to me. I like the conversation. I like the challenging of my thinking. Okay. Just give me 1 second, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. I get to see military leaderships on all levels. Much leadership at the top. It's political. We're gonna see. And shout out to my brother Peter the Investor, said for the water fund. Appreciate you, bro. Now, I'm going to start the show off with maybe a couple IG clips because I like to do that. Then we're going to get into who is married, who Risa Tisa lady, right? But I ain't going to get the whole thing. I just want a refresher, okay? We're going to touch on that. And then I want to know about this leadership thing, okay? Because Sharon says that leadership is, we going to challenge it. Sharon's in the building. What up? So we're going to talk about that. I don't know about this. What's her name? Risa Tisa girl, whatever. We're going to look into that. We're going to have a little bit of fun, all right? We're going to have a little bit of fun. We're going to do what we do every way in which way. But first, I want to start it off like this. Y'all know how I am when it comes to dogs, right? I don't really like them, but I don't really dislike them. But I do not like the affinity for them when it exceeds the affinity for human beings. Okay, that's just my personal opinion. I despise the unfortunate facts that people love animals more than they love people, right? I've been on record saying that the way people treat their animals and they look at other human beings like just filth and trash, it's sickening to me, okay? It really, really is. But that's just what it is, right? But a lot of women love dogs because that's their emotional partner and all that good stuff, right? You know, the people that hold them together. But here's the thing people have to understand when it comes to dogs, all right? The man, if you have a boyfriend, husband, the dog is always going to 99% of the time lean towards the man, okay? You may think it's your dog. You may think the dog love you, but when the truth comes out, your feelings gonna be hurt. Okay. When the truth comes out, your feelings gonna be hurt. Urquid, calm down. You have no idea what we talking about right now, Orchid. You have no idea. Okay. Maybe Orchid love dogs. I don't know. I just want y'all to be able to see what it's like when the dogs are around, right? I have this video for you guys, and I just want your thoughts about it, okay? I think I have some narration on this one too, actually. Let me pull this up here. There we go. You think that's JJ? You think that's a boot camp picture? I just found it because I got here super late, and so I'm super behind. And I was like, I'm gonna just find a picture, throw it up. I'm not really big on thumbnails, but I'm bigger on conversations. But yeah, I thought it was interesting. I was like, who is this? And no, you actually right. Let me see. Hold on, JJ. Let me see. Yeah, you're right. She looked like she's serious about her business. Okay, so she might be a leader. I don't know. I can't tell if she got 1 star, 2 star, 3 stars, 4 stars, etc. I don't know. But she wearing her glasses, and most times your glasses get knocked off. Yeah, that haircut is grimy, JJ. That haircut is grimy. I'm not gonna lie to you. That haircut is grimy. And it looked like they nicked them too. 2 little nick spots in it. Dang, they did them wrong. Dang, they did them wrong. Oh well. Oh well to the recruits. Oh well to the recruits. All right. Shame, 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 shame. It is what it is.
Researchers in Japan found that dogs, particularly the lady dogs, are judgmental of their owners when we make a mistake or act weird.
Oopsie. Oopsie. Oh!
Researchers in Japan found that dogs, particularly the lady dogs, are judgmental of their owners when we make a mistake or act weird.
Oopsie. Oopsie. Oh!
I hate to tell you, but your dogs know you're not so bright. I hate to tell you, the dogs can see you're not the brightest person around, okay? And also, the dog gonna pick the man. By default, the men are typically who dogs listen to. I know you don't like it, but it's the truth. So you may think you come into a relationship with a dog, but we leave with the dog wanting to leave with us. And they only stay with you so y'all could cry together, okay? The dogs belong to the men, all right? Just remember that, ladies, when y'all going out trying to get these dogs for relationship goals and y'all adopt a dog child, just know the dog belongs to the men, okay? Just want you guys to know that, right? Don't take it up with me. Ask the researchers in Japan, okay? Don't take it up with me. Ask the researchers in Japan. Now, I saw this other thing that I thought was extremely interesting, okay? Now, everybody knows I'm a millennial, but Gen Z, they next up. They next up. And they talk a little different. So there was a gentleman speaking to about the differences in which the Gen Z speaks, okay, and how they communicate to one another. All right. So I want you guys to listen up and hear this, okay? Listen up and hear how Gen Z speaks. And this is, I believe, this here is it's a Bible translation, okay? It's a Bible translation.
recently I did hear about a new translation out called the Gen Z Bible, where someone had taken the scriptures and translated it into Gen Z language. Now I'm going to read part of this. I do want to let you know I would never dishonor God's word. I have triple checked this to make sure this is exactly what Luke 1 communicates when the angel talks to Mary. Check this out. Mary was a pick-me girl for God and was simping for him in prayer when the angel Gabriel appeared to her and said, "Ayo, you're a real one and the top G is feeling you." But she thought his compliment was sus and gave him the side eye. So he said, "Baby girl, chill. God sent me to tell you you've passed his vibe check. And low-key, he wants you to have the main character. You name him Jesus and they will all say, he's him." She said, "How can this be since I promised him my body count will always be 0? Respectfully. He said, "This ain't about cuffing season, for the Holy Spirit will live rent-free in you and your boy Jesus will be a divine bro. Besides, your cousin Elizabeth is with child, she who is already older than a boomer and whose husband is way past beekeeping age." So Mary said, "Bet." Gabriel left her on red and she let the Holy Spirit cook.
I'm gonna give him credit. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. I'm not gonna front. That's pretty good. I don't know what he said because I don't speak that language, but I got the bet part. I copied that one. The other part I was lost. I'm look. JJ says I'm in the wrong version. Yes, that version. Did I say version? That version is the Gen Z translation. Okay, so it's the first time I heard it. I'm gonna have to play it back a few times so I can catch up there because I'm completely lost. I am completely lost there, but I thought it was interesting. I thought it was interesting to hear how other people listen to Gen Z and how they hear them speak. I thought it was interesting enough. Okay. Now, you guys, if you guys don't have that version of the Bible for Gen Z, they're not going to communicate with y'all very well. So if y'all wondering why they're not showing up, it's because y'all have the old like 1800s version of that's not going to work for them. You need the 2023, the 20. It's around 2020 to 2024. That version there, that one will be the one that they need access to. Okay. That's the one that's going to help them out. I think that's the one you guys got to look at. All right. Now, we need to take a trip. All right, guys. We need to take a trip. We need to take a trip, guys. You guys ready? Buckle up. We need to take a trip to Las Vegas. We need to take a trip to Las Vegas, all right? I haven't been to Vegas in probably a couple years at this point. I don't know, maybe a year or two, right? We need to take a trip to Vegas. There was an interesting report about a gentleman and his experience at the Venetian Hotel. All right? His experience at the Venetian Hotel. All right, I want you guys to listen up here, okay?
A California man suing the Las Vegas Venetian Resort, saying a scorpion stung his testicles while he slept there. Michael.
Now, there's a California man, not me, took a trip to Vegas, and while he was in the hotel enjoying himself, he woke up to a burning sensation. He woke up to a burning sensation at the Venetian Hotel. Now, let me tell you, I have never stayed there, but it is not a low-class hotel. It is a upper echelon style type hotel. It's a nice one, okay? It's a nice one from everything I've been told. I can't afford to stay there. But yes, he oh no, it ain't Cap too savvy. It ain't Cap. California man.
A California man suing the Las Vegas Venetian Resort, saying a scorpion stung his testicles while he slept there. Michael Farchi and his family were at the luxury resort last December when he says the scorpion stung him at least 3 or 4 times. It was eventually found clinging to his boxers. He was treated at a local hospital and filed a report with hotel staff. He still had to pay for the room, he says, and is now suing the resort.
I'm just curious. Have any? I've not seen a scorpion in real life. I shouldn't say that. I have not. I have not been in close proximity of a actual physical scorpion. I've obviously seen them visually, but are they big or are they relatively small? Because I don't think that picture does them justice. Oh, this is not a made up story, y'all. I don't think he's lying because he would have went to the hospital. So I don't think he's lying. But yeah, too savvy. He gonna need a new pair. He gonna need another pair. Cause I don't know how he gonna survive this. I don't know how he gonna survive this one. Okay. Now, to me, it looks relatively small. Now, in my mind, I'm thinking this. He done. Because I think for the most part, some of them are poisonous, right? I don't know if all of them are poisonous, but I would say their sting. They supposed to try to. So I think there's poison in their sting. Somebody look that up for me. But I think they're supposed to be poisonous to a degree. Maybe some of them are not, right? I don't know, but I know they're in Arizona too. So that's part of the reason why I was like, I don't know about moving out there. I don't know about that. We were about skunks here. What else? We got skunks, raccoons, foxes, occasionally, coyotes. And that's about it. That's all we really got to deal with. But out there in Vegas, you got to deal with this stuff, man.
Resort for an unspecified amount.
Now, he's suing for an unspecified amount. My question to y'all is, how much would y'all sue for? How much would y'all sue for? I'm curious. How much would y'all be suing for if y'all woke up and found out you've been hit? All right, so we here. Let me pull up a little bit of the actual interview he had, so you guys can know what he went through. All right, so you guys can understand what he went through, because I think y'all really not understanding his experience. So we gon' let me see here. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on.
I put my eyeglasses, then I was in shock. Then I have a scorpion over there, just hanging on my underwear.
Michael Farchi says the scorpion attacked in the middle of the night as he was sound asleep at the Palazzo at the Venetian in Vegas.
I woke up with a sharp pain in my private area. I was surprised. I didn't know what is that. I reached my hand to see what's happening over there under the cover, and I just got another sharp pain.
The venomous creature stinging Farchi 3 to 4 times. The medical.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. I would have been crying like a baby 3 to 4 times. Oh Lord. 3 or 4 times with the stingray. First of all, I would have stumped him. Actually, I don't even know if I could move. Actually, I wouldn't even know if I'd be able to move. Laguerre, what up? I wouldn't even know. If I got stung 3 or 4 times, I don't even think I'd be able to move. That's crazy, y'all. Man, that's crazy.
This creature stinging Farchi 3 to 4 times. The medical report clearly shows the focus of the injury. It happened December 26th while Farchi and his family were enjoying a holiday vacation at the Venetian. Farchi now suing the high-end hotel for the Sin City stinger. He says he still has some ongoing medical issues due to the traumatizing attack.
Nobody staying in Vegas needs to be exposed to deadly scorpions while they're sleeping, let alone on their private areas, their testicles.
I put my eyeglasses, then I was shocked that I have a scorpion over there just hanging on my underwear.
Michael Farchi says the scorpion.
I need, let me see here. I'm suing. I need about, because look, I don't want to ask him a question like, yo, can you still, like, you know, do what you, can you still do, you know? So if he can't really do that no more, I think he should get at least $5 million. Yep, I'm with Too Savage. $5 million easy. About 5 M's. Let me see. I'm good for a million every sting. I was thinking about that too. I ain't gonna lie. $1 million every sting. Yeah, honestly, I don't think it's enough money though. Because if somebody said, I will give you $20 million, but you could never ever have sex again. I'll give you $50 million, but you could never. How many people would take the money? If you never could do it again, you just got all this money. How many people would take the money? I ain't talking about no monks either, though. I'm not talking about y'all. Dang. I think he out of commission, but I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I am not a doctor. Well, Orchid, it does work that way. It does work that way, Orchid. Unless you've been stung down there, I ain't arguing with you today. Okay? Orchid always want to argue with me. You act like you know what it's like to be kneed or kicked down there. Okay? You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like, Orchid. You have no idea, okay? Do you know that when a man sees another man get kneed or kicked there, we feel the same pain? Ask the man, they'll tell you right now. If they see like a video and they just drop like on the monkey bars and they fall, we go, ah! And we don't even feel no physical pain, but mentally we in pain. So you don't know what it's like. Don't judge us. You have no idea what it's like, okay? You're not going to judge us. You're not going to judge us. All right. Now, seeing as you want to be judging us, okay? I want you guys to understand the pain that a lot of good brothers feel sometimes. I be loved. We don't feel real good. Do you see the brothers typing in the chat? They over there, they caution right now. Like, I don't even feel comfortable discussing this. I wasn't even gonna bring it up because I didn't think I had the guts to get through this. Okay. I don't think I had the guts to get through this, but I want to talk about this. Okay. I want to talk about this briefly. Just briefly. Okay. Now, in this video, the young lady says, forcing yourself to like the good guy because your type doesn't get you anywhere. Is that about as accurate a video image you've ever seen? It's gotta be. See, she don't really want to be there. Yes, D, of course. She don't really want to be there. She don't really want to be there, but she know messing with the bad guy ain't gonna work. But if she gotta be with the good guy, this how she feeling? Yeah, that's how she feeling right now. She like, man, I don't really want to mess with this good guy, but the bad guy that I like, he ain't gonna do me right. He ain't gonna do me right. So that's what happens to all the good guys. So ladies, when y'all keep gaslighting us, and I think I used the word right this time, gaslighting us to believing y'all really like good guys, stop lying to us, okay? This is what y'all think about the good guys when y'all kissing them. We tired of this. And Shrek done paid the cost to be the boss. I'm tired of this, okay? I'm tired of this nonsense. Yeah, we know what y'all put us through. We know what you put us through, okay? I definitely not touching that one. I had a video. You know, I do a lot of they give you those scenarios. I'm not touching that one. That one too wild, y'all. Y'all don't want to listen to that one. That scenario too wild for y'all. We might say that for the next show. We're not even gonna touch that one today. All right, we're not gonna touch that one today. Now, let's us discuss the what's her name? What's her name? Reese, Lisi, whatever the girl name for the Who Did I Marry saga thing, right? Okay, that's what we're gonna look into now, right? I ain't watching the whole thing because somebody told me it's like 8 hours or 10 videos or some nonsense like that. But I've been seeing it fluctuate all around these YouTubers. There it is, B-Love. Risa Tessa or Ressa Tessa, Risa Tessa. I don't know, okay? I don't necessarily care, okay? But I just want to be up to speed about what's going on here, okay? I want to be up to speed, okay? Now, I'm not sure what the 50-part series. No, Lord, no, guys, we're not watching no 50-part series, okay? I'm going to fast forward, skirt. I'm going to use my skills to bypass some things, all right? Yeah. B-Love said I only watch this. We going to do that too, but we going to do it our way. B-Love, we going to do that too, but we going to do it our way, okay? We're not about to listen to no lady talking about, I don't know who I married. No. We going to do it a little different over here, all right? Now, let's jump to it, okay? We going to get this solved in about an 8-minute saga, all right? There's talent all over here, and we going to get into the saga here, okay? 8 minutes, locked in, loaded. Y'all ready? Okay? I don't know if this is what she looked like, but this is what she looked like for us, okay? I don't know what she looked like, but this is what she looked like to us, all right? You guys got your seatbelts? You guys got your seatbelts? All right, let's do it. Okay? I'm nervous to find out what it's like, but we about to strap in. Put your seatbelts on. We going in.
This is the craziest story I've ever seen in my life. Let's get into this 50-part story that's gone insanely viral about who the did I marry in under 10 minutes. So Risa Tessa meets Legion the Demon on a dating site. She gets a flat tire on the way to their first date, which if that ain't a damn moment, I don't know what is.
Wait. He's a demon? Wait, what's his name? Somebody put it in the chat. Because I don't know his name. She said his name, something the demon. That ain't no woman going on a date with a guy named that. So I'm guessing that's just what she calling him because he probably does something foul. All right. Most of y'all know what happens. I don't. So y'all gonna have to fill me in with the missing stuff. I don't know, right? But I definitely know that is absolutely not the name. Okay. It's absolutely the fact that she got a flat tire on her way to the date. One, let's just be honest. Would y'all even would you even mess with a chick with a car like that? I'm just asking because I'm gonna be honest. I ain't saying I'm like a name brand type of person, but you can't come to me with like a car that ain't got no name. I can't even see what type of car that is. I ain't gonna front. We got the stock on the wheels and the rims. Them ain't even 24s. I don't trust her headlights. I don't think they not giving me the right color vibes. I think she got a mirror tint right there. You probably got a flat because you got a mirror tint. That's probably your problem, okay? So if you stop trying to tint your windows up and look like you from the hood, you be all right. You be all right. And also, why do you have your hands in your pocket? Your tire not going to change itself, Risa Tessa. Take your hands out of your pockets. Don't look so sad. You the one drove over the nail. Don't look so sad at us. You drove over the nail. You're a grown woman. If your car get a flat while you single, ain't got no man around, you fix it. You fix it.
So anyway, she calls him, drops her pin. He shows up like a knight in shining armor or a wolf in sheep's clothing, depending on how you look at it. Risa says not only is he 6'4" and handsome, but he saves the day and buys her a new tire. So she is just smitten at first sight with.
Oh Lord! Wait. She finds some random guy, or no? So the guy she's going on a date pull up on her. Okay, I got it. He buy her a brand new tire. I'm not a real man. I'm gonna just tell y'all that now. Because if I gotta buy you a tire on our very first date, we not getting together. Nah, but if I buy you a tire on the very first date, oh my, listen. When they say, would you like dessert after dinner? Look here. All I'm gonna say is this. Yeah, B-Love, he's 6'4". She said he was 6'4". He bought her tires, and she was just blown away. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm telling you now. I'm not going to be a real man if I got to buy you a tire on the first date. Absolutely not. I'll be Pinocchio. I'm a real boy. I'll be Pinocchio. Because I ain't buying you no tire. Absolutely not. She don't even look happy.
With this seemingly chivalrous, distinguished gentleman. They proceed to dinner, hit it off, and they talk all night. He tells her about how he's a preacher's kid from Philly, moved to Cali where he went to school, and also made bank playing arena football.
Oh, Lord. Wait. Whoa. Slow it down. So, y'all go to dinner. It looked like y'all went to dinner at your house. I don't know. Maybe you said just come back to your house. I don't blame you. He bought you a tire. And before some of y'all women jump in the chat and be like, I'm worth way more than the price of a tire, go look up how much a brand new tire costs. Go look up how much a brand new tire costs. And don't make me get an insert with Billy screaming, don't tell me how to spend my $40. You subtract a cost of a brand new tire and $40 and see if you so tough then, all right? So brand new tire, boom, salute to him. Get you to dinner, tell you, look, yeah, you know I'm from Philly. You can't, you know you got to be careful. It's Philly. You got to be careful. People from Philly, they move different. People from Philly, different. They different. Then he moved to Cali. Cali talk a little different. So he come from Philly with the Philly. I'm going to assume he got like the Philly mean mug type of mentality, right? Come to Cali, get his swag right? So now he got the Philly swag with the Cali, he got the lingo there. He convinced you that he made a lot of money playing arena football. Ladies, y'all Google everything else on the internet. Please, do me a favor. Can you Google who is the highest paid arena football player? Come on. Look, come on now. Come on, listen. Look it up right now, ladies. I'm trying to support y'all. Look up the highest paid arena football player because she said he convinced her that he made a lot of money playing arena football. Y'all heard it like I heard it. Look it up. Look it up. Look it up. When you come back with those numbers, please tell me if that would have been enough to convince you.
They proceed to dinner, hit it off, and they talk all night. He tells her about how he's a preacher's kid from Philly, moved to Cali where he went to school, and also made bank playing arena football, and how he recently relocated to Atlanta for a managerial role at a condiment company. They both talk about being marriage-minded. He explains he was married once before to a cheating at.
Wait. He made bank in arena football, moved to Atlanta to be a janitor? this right? He moved to Atlanta. First of all, Sharon, 1.2 million. Sharon, stop it. Now, look, whoever made that 1.2 million must be a former NFL player or something. All right. And that's probably one person. Because me and you both know the average person gonna make somewhere, they gonna cap out at 80,000, 90,000, maybe 100. And then arena football got shut down so many times. I don't care. I would never fall for that. That's all I'm saying. It's possible he made a lot of money. I ain't mad at him. It's possible he made a crazy amount of bank from playing arena football. But if I told you, if I say, hey, Sharon, what up, homie? What's it? Yeah, what you do? What you used to do? I played arena football. Yeah. I got crazy money doing that. Yeah, I got crazy money doing that. You know what I'm saying? Now, Sharon says it was 12 of them that made $1 million. I'm not mad. If you're in Cali, that's probably only going to be like 600,000. But let's just say that's true. Do you have their names, or does it just say 12 players made that amount? Or does their name pop up? Because normally you make that kind of money, they usually attach it to a name. Normally. If I'm a woman and you tell me you made bank at arena football, I'm looking you up. Arena football player. If you that good, you made that much money, your name gonna pop up. Your name gonna pop up. If your name don't pop up, I ain't falling for it. If your name don't pop up, I ain't falling for it. Okay, now, what is? Okay, manager at the condiment company. Oh, at the condiment company, no doubt. Hey, I ain't knocking nobody. Anybody that got a job and you trying to mind your business and not mess with nobody, I ain't mad. I ain't mad at all. Yeah, no, seriously, I'm not falling for that. Ladies, do not fall for this type of stuff. Do not fall for that. Oh, you think that's his name? Oh, I don't know his name. Somebody look up his name. Let me look him up. Dustin Martin? I don't know this guy. Let me see here. I don't know. Is that the guy she messing with? Dustin Martin? Is that what's the guy name that she was messing with? Let me see here. Risa Tessa. Let me look this up. Risa Tessa husband. I don't know. What's his name? John Anthony. Well, that might be a guy that made that money, but let me tell you this. The guy she married, that ain't his name. Just look, it don't look like that's his name. That's all I'm gonna tell you that name. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know this stuff. You know what? But maybe it is. Maybe that is his name. I don't know. If she got her, Sharon, I don't know. I can't find it. Maybe that is his name. You know what? I hope it is. For the sake of her, I hope it is his name. I hope he one of those guys that made $1 million plus. Okay. Now, he told you he was married before, and his ex-wife was toxic and she was cheating on him. Okay, let's get back to it.
They both talk about being marriage-minded. He explains he was married once before to a cheating harlot and was heartbroken after she had an affair, so they divorced. He says he's still very close to his former stepchildren, however, but that he's ready to get married again, and he even proceeds to lay it on thick, child, and play a dang love song by John Legend called I Think I Met My Wife Tonight.
So, he bought you a tire. He made crazy money. He's a manager in a condiment company, something of that nature. His ex-wife was a harlot, according to him. He still loved his stepkids. They still close. So he was a stepdad. You can only write this up. You can only write this type of character up. How many Russell Wilson Jr.'s is there out there like this? How many Russell Wilson Jr.'s is out there like this? Because that's what he would be. He ain't make as much money as Russell Wilson, but he would be Russell Wilson Jr. He would be like the mini version of him. So not 100 million, he make 1 million. Stepdad, like he kind of would be that. He kind of would be that.
Talk about love bombing child, but Miss Risa Tisa is head over heels in love now. His narcissistic guy then got her hook, line, and sinker. They begin to talk daily after this and are stuck by the hip over the next few weeks until the panorama happened, and everyone has to go on lockdown. Miss Tisa says she ain't want to be alone, and since his so-called wealthy former football player lived in a one-bedroom efficiency studio apartment, Risa invites this complete stranger to quarantine with her in her 3-bedroom townhome.
Oh, okay, wait. All right, look. Rewind. Oh, rewind. So the money getting arena football star who has a 1-bedroom cost efficient condo decides to move in with her because she got like 3 rooms and all that type of stuff, right? How do y'all fall for this type of stuff? No man that is at that level of success is going to move in with you. Why would he do that? Okay, I could be wrong. Maybe there are some guys out there that special and they'd be willing to do that. That's crazy to me. That's a little crazy, but fine. So he convinced her, rock out with me. Look, I'm gonna move in with you during the crazy demic and all that, and we gonna build life. I'm gonna leave my, my 1-bedroom estate and moving in your tiny 3-bedroom, and I'm taking a huge risk by doing this, but I really like you.
Risa invites this complete stranger to quarantine with her in her 3-bedroom townhome. Child, things are going great at first. Risa says he's paying all the bills. She said, oh, he got money. She also noticed that he's very family-minded and talks to his relatives for hours on end on the phone every day, although she's never met or spoke to any of them in real life herself. Risa talks about how she's very religious and didn't want to shack up, so they seriously begin to talk about marriage very quickly as well. During these discussions, Legion the liar says he was...
All right, I just got to ask the question, guys. Y'all tell me what y'all think. When she said I'm very religious and I don't want to shack up, do y'all think she fronting? I was just fronting. Do y'all think she's saying that because she think he got a bag? I'm wondering what y'all think, because that's what came to my mind. So now you very religious. You don't shack up. All right, bet. I'm guessing she probably single with no kids. I don't know. But maybe she's very religious. I don't know. I'm not sure. But that sound awful crazy. Because did you run him by your pastor? Did you say I'm very religious? My pastor might need to meet you, etc., etc.? No. I guess not. You did not run it past. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for you.
Looking for a house anyway, and now that they're together, they should start looking for a house together. He shows her a mortgage pre-approval letter on his phone from Chase Bank for $750,000.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Man, listen. He showed her a pre-approval from Chase Bank for $750,000 to buy a home. I'm going to go on Chase right now. Let me see if I can get one of those messages. Hold on. Let me fill out this information. Hold on. Oh, denied. Yeah, sorry. My credit ain't good enough. But he got it. 750 bands. Wow. I got to rewind that one.
Legion the liar says he was looking for a house anyway, and now that they're together, they should start looking for a house together. He shows her a mortgage pre-approval letter on his phone from Chase Bank for $750,000. So they find a house they like, talk to a realtor, and put in an offer. Risa admits that she isn't really in the loop like she should be because they weren't planning on putting her name on the title anyway. So all the updates Risa is getting are secondhand from Legion the Demon. Ciao. So a few days later, Legion the Liar says the offer was accepted. Let's go blow a bag and head to IKEA to decorate this big old house we about to own. I'm just playing, y'all. They went to Lowe's for appliances and things. But quite honestly, IKEA or the Goodwill was more assigned with Legion's non-existent broke-ass budget. So they go shopping. Legion says, just throw it in the bag. Risa picks all this furniture out and Legion puts a deposit down on it so the store can hold it until they finally close. A few days later, the realtor reaches out to Risa and asks, what y'all gonna do about this house, sis? Turns out Legion never even put a damn offer in. He continues to lie, though, and claims he did put an offer in, but decided to go through his friend, who was also a realtor, so that friend could get the credit instead. Risa know he a bold.
That's convincing to me. Yeah, I decided to go with my friend so that they can get the commission, and that way I keep it in the family. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. I can understand. God, if y'all realtors in the chat right now, right, and you were hoping to, I don't know, maybe give your friend a deal, I could see how y'all would. I could see how this might could work. I could see.
His friend, who was also a realtor, so that friend could get the credit instead. Risa know he a bold-faced lie, but she decides to play along with the lie to be nice and eventually gives him an out and tells him, it's okay, let's just go ahead and back out the deal because interest is really high right now. Child. So Risa knows something is terribly wrong at this point. She just so hard up for a man and wants to be married so badly, she don't even care. She winds up pregnant, which intensifies the conversations about the need for them to get married because she a Christian girl and can't be shacking up. Sure.
I'm sorry. Can't make this up. Cannot make this up. So, the Christian woman told that man, I ain't gonna be shacking up. We getting married because I am a Christian woman. Just like we expected, because she thought he was getting a bag. Found out that he pre-qualified for the home. And but somehow, some way, she gets contacted, like, what you gonna do about this home? She like, I thought he was taking care of that. He say his homie taking care of it. Interesting enough. Okay, JJ, you're late. Okay, we are watching the Who TF Did I Marry saga in 8 minutes because I'm not watching no 58 series video of some woman. Absolutely not. But right now, let me get you up to speed, JJ, since you're behind. That's Risa Tisa or Ressa Tessa, whatever her name is. That's her man. They met. He fixed her tire because she got a flat on the very beginning. On their first date, he bought her a new tire, won her over, said he'd been getting money through Arena Football League. Sharon says he supports that and that man been getting money exceeding of $1 million potentially. She says, oh, he getting money. And so she tells him, I am a religious woman and I can't be messing around like that. So we got to get married. Then that happens. Okay. Hey, Kazi. So then after she tells him that, he start, he shows her a Chase offer letter for pre-approval of $750,000 so they can start buying a home. He then goes to a furniture place to basically put down a deposit on the furniture so when they can get it, when they move into the home. Then she starts to get a little worried, and now she's pregnant. That's where we pretty much at it right now, okay?
Conversations about the need for them to get married because she a Christian girl and can't be shacking up. Shortly after she miscarries, and I don't want to say she dodged a bullet, but they say God protects babies and fools. Quite honestly, I believe he was protecting both in this situation. Legion, a damn demon trifling that claims he got a promotion to VP at the condiment company he worked at and can't take off work during this time, so he leaves Risa at the hospital to miscarry alone, child.
Oh, yeah, this story. Wow. So he got a promotion at the condiment company and he cannot take off of work while she's in the hospital. Okay, I mean, that could be true. That could be true. I'm not going to knock that. I mean, that could kind of be true, but I don't know. If you get he got a promotion to VP, vice president. Everybody gets VP title names, by the way. Okay, I guess I would think you'd actually have more time to take off as a VP, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I think you have the most flexibility because now you're empowered. But okay, fine. I'm just gonna have to go with the story because I don't know. I can't call him a liar.
And can't take off work during this time, so he leaves Risa at the hospital to miscarry alone, child. Risa eventually heals and recovers. She has an uneventful engagement where they eat dinner and Legion alive pretty much proposed by saying, you want to marry a nigga or nah? Risa says yes, so they continue the conversation about buying a home again. They look at 20 damn houses, she says, and none of them end up panning out for some reason. This time, they find a $700,000 one they like, and Legion decides to put in an offer for all cash, child. He claimed he got money stacked.
I'm sorry. So he went from getting pre-approved for $750,000 by Chase Bank to her having a crazy experience, unfortunately, and he getting a promotion to VP. Often they typically give you like compensation in other ways, but they go and look for new homes. They find one that's around $700,000. He said he paying all cash. I barely got $50 in my pocket. I barely got $50 in my. He walking around with $700,000 cash. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't pay for it in cash because it depends on your strategy. Because if rates are 8% and you don't want to pay 8%, maybe you don't pay it for it in cash. I don't know. But either way, the brother paid. Well, he's going to pay $700,000 all cash. Now, let me just tell y'all, by the way, right? Because phraseology can be a little different. Just because you say you're going to pay in all cash does not necessarily mean you don't pull from lines of credit and drain those and pull out debt and turn that debt into cash, and then you pay for that particular thing in cash. Now, does that make sense? No. Unless the money that you're borrowing is at a lower rate than the mortgage you would be getting, I wouldn't understand why he would do that. But either way, I don't know. I don't know, JJ, okay? I'm just as lost as you. I don't even know Risa Tisa, okay? But just know this her man, the arena football star that Sharon said is really him, okay? That's what they said, all right? All cash. I want you guys to hear that one more time.
They end up panning out for some reason. This time, they find a $700,000 one they like, and Legion decides to put in an offer for all cash, child. He claimed he got money stacked up all from playing arena football, and Risa just take his word for it. The owner says they'll accept the offer happily once he shows proof of funds. Legion adamantly refuses to show any proof until the offer is accepted, so another house falls through the cracks, child.
Wait. You won't show them no money unless they accept your offer? Who accepts the offer without proof of funds? Never mind. I really don't understand this. This is beyond me. I'm mad that the lady, she really must love like she must really love that. I don't know.
He also promises her a car during this time. He even takes her to a bunch of luxury car lots. And even though Risa says admittedly he was driving a damn Ford Taurus, he convinces her that he's going to buy her a brand new BMW, child. He has her test drive about 20 damn luxury cars, but like everything else in Legion of Liars land of make-believe, none of this ever comes into fruition, so no car, no house. Despite all this, Risa still decides to elope with Legion the Liar, all out of desperation to be... Despite all this, Risa still decides to elope with Legion.
Oh, Lord. She said she elopes? Oh. Now, I wonder she's so sensational on the internet right now. You elope? After you didn't get the home, You didn't get the car. Yo, ladies, how are these guys masterful manipulators like this? Seriously. Where do you find guys like this that are that skilled? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I don't understand how people can fall for this stuff.
A liar, all out of desperation to be married, the fear of being alone, and also due to her Christian upbringing. These is all her words, not mine, child. She says things are cool for about 2 weeks after getting married, but shortly after, it was like a light switch clicked and things turned from shoddy to shit quickly. She finds out he's sliding in random floozies DMs on Facebook, sexting and sending peen pics after she looks through his phone, child. She confronts him. They go to marriage counseling at her church. The pastor says, tell the truth and shame the devil. And he even told her dumbasses they should have never gotten married and that they probably won't last a full year, child. Life goes on, but things being normal with Legion, a damn demon, is too much like right. So he randomly pops up and tells her his former stepdaughter passed away suddenly from COVID. So he claims he needs to send his ex-wife $2,000 to cover funeral expenses. Risa says, of course. So he sends it. Fast forward shortly after, Risa decides to get a new job. And for some reason, they need Legion the Demon's social security number in the application. He reluctantly provides it. So Miss Risa Tisa finally, after being impregnated and getting married to a man she knew for only a few months, decides to do her due diligence and runs a background check.
Oh, no.
She ends up calling.
No, absolutely not. You're going to run a background check now? After you married? You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Orchid, I'm sorry. I'm trying to maintain my sanity with knowing that people do this stuff. All right, Orchid, you got it. I'm going to calm down. But if you don't think that's crazy, man.
For only a few months, decides to do her due diligence and runs a background check. She ends up calling the college she claimed he went to. They confirmed he never attended. She finds out he was married twice, not once like he said, and even calls one of the ex-wives who confirms he is a goddamn pathological liar. Nothing that he says is true and that her daughter is in fact alive and well and did not die of COVID. She also calls several of his relatives who he pretended to talk to on the phone to daily the whole time. They all confirm that these are all lies and they ain't talked to that man in years. She also finds out he lied about his entire upbringing. He lied about being a VP and is simply a forklift driver at the condiment company, and also that he is an ex-felon and was arrested for impersonating an officer before.
Now, listen, I know that's a lot. And he lied about a lot of stuff. He might even lied about his job title, but he really did work at the condiment company. He just had a forklift. So, I mean, he had a job. He drive the forklifts. He just wasn't a VP. I mean, okay. Listen, through the good times and bad times, you always be. So, at the end of the day, you married him. You are an extremely religious woman. You got to go through the good times and bad times. You got to go through it. You got to go through it. So, hey. Cling on to your husband and figure it out. All right. Cling on to your husband. All right. Because you got to be there through the good times and bad times and all that good stuff. Okay. JJ, he didn't have to lie this much because honestly, I think she lied to herself. It was an old school player that said, look, you ain't got to lie to no chick. She had lied to herself. So listen, it is what it is.
Moreover, she finds out all these financial statements and this approval letter were just screenshots this fool was Googling, child. So during this whole time, Legion the Demon injures his leg at work to the point where he eventually becomes bedridden and his health begins to decline very quickly. She finds out he pissing in bottles, child. He can't even make it to the damn bathroom, so he peeing in water bottles. Risa doesn't confront him about his lies, but does look at his phone again. And this time, she finds out he testing whole prostitutes, even though he a damn cripple. So Legion, a peg leg demon, can't make it to the damn restroom and pissing on herself, but was able to make it to some poom poom and some prostitutes, child. So she finally determines that she has had enough and kicks out Legion, the peg leg demon, and tells him she wants a divorce. He leaves reluctantly, ends up homeless and living in his car. And she says the next time she sees him while out and about, he smells, looks emaciated, and went from a size 3X to a large, child. Now, don't get me to telling lies, but they in Atlanta, and it sounds like Legion may have finally purchased a home, but this time it's the house in Virginia, child. She feel a little bad when she see him cash out his bum at $5 for some damn chicken nuggets and tells him to get the F on. So weeks later, he somehow figures out she can't legally kick him out their marital home, so he informs her that he plans to return. Risa calls the police.
Oh, we will always be. You thought you could kick me out? We married. We is married. You ain't gonna kick me out of these streets. I'll be back home this evening. I talked to one of them lawyers, and they informed me that because of our legal status and I was your husband, you can't kick me out of our home. You cannot kick me out of our home. Oh, well. I guess you should have moved into his 1-bedroom estate down in Hollywood, but instead you decided to move him into your 3-bedroom, 3-bath townhome. You gonna learn your lesson?
Police, they confirm that this is accurate and she can't legally kick him out. However, they also find out that he has an active warrant due to a probation violation. So the day this man returns to her townhome, Ms. Risa Tisa doesn't immediately go home. Instead, she calls the police as soon as he steps foot on her property. Not only do they arrest Legion, the damn lie, and take his ass to jail, she calls the car company the next day because he's past due on his car payments and they come repo his ish. So not only is Legion, the damn demon, homeless, the car he living with is now gone. He locked up, and Tisa then proceeds to sell all his shit and pack it up and move before he's released from jail. A little while after, the divorce is finally finalized, and Risa Tisa can finally move on.
All right, guys. Wow, she fouled for calling the cops on him. She fouled for that. She fouled for calling the cops on that man. That's some foul stuff right there, okay? You was not with your husband through the good times and bad. You were not there holding him down. See, fellas, you got to be careful. Be careful who you marry. You might marry the most religious woman. She is still calling boys on you. She gonna still call them boys on you. Orchid said we'll watch more cartoons. Yes, because I can't read above no 4th grade level, so I watch cartoons for everything, okay? Except for this JP Morgan series that I'm watching. But we're going to be beyond that. I can't believe she called the police on him. Then she got the car that he was living in taken away. She foul. She foul. I'm sorry. I know he is messed up, but even though he is messed up, she ain't got to meet him there. She didn't have to be just as messed up as him and sell all his stuff. She didn't have to do that to him. She didn't have to do that to him. Some foul stuff, guys. Some foul stuff, man. I'm a little disheartened by this, y'all. I was not expecting to cram all that information in an 8-minute saga. I was not expecting to cram all that information in an 8-minute saga, okay? But I think we got the conclusion. So, JJ, let's wrap it all up, all right? So, here's the story goes. She met a guy on a date, flat tire. He bought her new tires, told her he was the man, got money through Arena Football League, ended up convincing her to move in with him because it was 2020 and all that crazy stuff happened. He decided to leave his estate, 1-bedroom down in Hollywood to move into her 3-bedroom, 3-bath townhouse. Okay, moved in. He promised that they're gonna buy a house. She said, "I'm a religious woman, so we ain't gonna do no shacky. I believe in the Lord." So he moved in. I guess they was doing some stuff. He got the fake JP Morgan Google pre-approval level letter. She believed it. They looked at houses, didn't work out. Promised to buy her car, didn't work out. Moral of the story, guys, be careful what type of woman you marry. Because even though you lied to her and you shouldn't lie, she's still supposed to be with you through the good times and bad times, through all your lying days and all that other stuff, okay? That was entertaining, I will admit. The whole time, she didn't even change her clothes, all right? Okay. Oh, Abdallah in the Cash App says, have you heard about the Tennessee Bill 2689 for DNA test requirement? Yes, I have heard about that bill for the DNA test requirement, but I think I covered that a while back ago, actually. When they first started, let me see here. When they first brought it up, let me see here. Let me pull it up. Yeah, I mean, we can probably go into details about that on the next show. We can definitely probably go into the Tennessee bill too. Yes, D, yeah. Basically, if you have children, the DNA test is a requirement, basically. That's basically what it says. But it's not like Too Savvy said, it's not on a federal level, so everybody not moving to Tennessee. Let's just be honest. Although they say Tennessee is rated probably 1 or 2 of places to start a family, it's rated kind of high. I got you. You want this cartoon? I got you. You know me. I just be pulling stuff. JJ says Tennessee is great. I thought about moving to Tennessee. I did. But I don't know. It's hard to leave California, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Even though these taxes is killing me. Whew, they're killing me. It's hard to leave California. It is, but if I go to Las Vegas, I got to worry about those scorpions at the Venetian Hotel. So I'm stuck, man. I'm figuring it out. I'm going to figure it out one way or another. Okay. Shout out to Shadow Dragon TV, gifted a membership to the gang. And my brother Harrison also gifted a member. I appreciate you. Thank you. We need more members. Gang. Yes, Tennessee real estate is getting high, but real estate is shifting in a lot of places, honestly. So Memphis, Tennessee is not all of Tennessee. Oh, I'm not going to Memphis. Not no Memphis, Tennessee. Absolutely not. Yeah, they do some damage to vehicles there. I'm cool. I ain't leaving here to go get more stress somewhere else. Absolutely not. I go to Nashville where they do the country singing and dancing. That is what we'll do. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, man. I'm not gonna lie. That cartoon took a lot of energy out of me. Guys. I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting that. That cartoon got to me. Man, oh man, oh man. That cartoon burned me out, man. I ain't gonna lie. That was wild crazy. Okay. Yes, Orchid. We may incorporate a little bit of I just be randomly finding stuff, trying to find ways to keep everybody engaged, entertained, and have a little fun. That's all that was. And I didn't know nothing about it. Now I kind of know a little bit about it. Now I kind of know a little bit about that story. And I want to know if there's like a bunch of women supporting her. I want to know if there's like a bunch of women telling her, it's kind of your fault. It's kind of your fault. So, but that cartoon was wild, Orchid. That cartoon was wild. Shout out to my brother LeGarrette, says 5 more members to the gang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. LeGarrette says, I'm going to sponsor the show. Okay, so shout out to my brother LeGarrette. And shout out to my brother Grizz says, well, if they ain't going to leave me the spot, let me take it. Shout out to Grizz. By the time you pulled up, okay, by the time you late, I ain't going to tell nobody, though. I ain't going to tell nobody, okay? Shout out to Grizz. Shout out to GBG. As a matter of fact, we might as well take just for the moment, since I got my GBG gang in here. This is what we're gonna talk about, all right? Briefly. Okay. We normally reserve this conversation to Sundays, right? But listen, okay? Let me just tell y'all. Let's go to it. Let's just do it. We gonna do it. So I got my people here, all right? Now, Nike stock, okay? It's high on my radar. It's on my watch list right now. It's getting very close to like buy entry for me. So if y'all know that Foot Locker just produced their earnings and their stock crumbled like 30%. Whenever stocks in similar industries or like, related things, they dragged other stocks down with them. So they pulled Nike down about 1% today, right? And I was like, I'm real close, but I haven't bought it yet because I'm thinking about it because I just want a little bit more of downside protection, right? Just a little bit more, but it's getting very, very close. Okay. If we can get a sell-off tomorrow or something like that, something crazy that would just pull a stock down just a little bit more, but it's very close to my buy right. So Nike stock is potential. All right. It may be added to the portfolio, to the YouTube portfolio for y'all. So I'm just telling y'all, okay, it's very, very close. Very, very close. Just a little bit more. And because as you know, they're doing what they're doing is they have about a $2 billion cost reduction that they're trying to incorporate. And whenever they try to cut costs, $2 billion worth, that's going directly to the bottom line, by the way. It's going directly to the bottom line. The shareholders, they are going to receive that. But also, if you start to look at it, where the demic lows, Nike was trading around $50 after hours, $47, right? If you look before that dip happened, it was trading around 90 something dollars. So if you look at it was trading around 90 some dollars and it dropped to the lows. You double the lows from $50, that's $100. That's like normal rent. Like it's getting really, really close. And what I'll probably do is I'll go over probably a watch list and then I'll kind of describe why it may be a good opportunity. Okay. But that's enough for this show. That's going to be a whole nother conversation. That's just strictly for all my people that support those particular shows. The rest of y'all here for this nonsense. Okay. And I don't mind. I like to be very, very, how would you say, well-rounded when it comes to the skills to do all different type of shows. But I'm not gonna lie, I might buy a little. We'll see. Patience is so important right now because people that rush things are always the ones. Thank you, Orchid Versatile. Orchid really loves me. When you're so patient, and I'm pretty patient in a lot of areas of life. I don't need to rush life. Time is on my side. Patience is on my side. But when opportunity arises, you have to be quick because great companies don't often give you a lot of opportunity to get in. But also the patience will allow you to get great companies at major discounts. But we'll see. Because let me just say this. Nike really has not a lot of competition. Let's just be honest. Nobody really care about Adidas without Ye. Nobody care about Under Armour with Steph Curry. That's not enough. And Nike just has the brand and they have the power. So close. I'll keep you guys updated on that. I keep my members updated on that. Okay. I keep my members updated. Shout out to Brandon says for the Water Fun Gang. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Right. So we gonna look into that. This, I want to say Sunday, we're gonna definitely do that live stream for my people. So don't worry. I'm in the lab. I don't forget about y'all. All the people that hold me down, I don't forget about y'all. I'm in the lab figuring out how to make it enjoyable, fun, easy to consume, at the same time, some form of education, but speaking to our level and how we talk, right? The Rock's brand is under UA is doing good. So what? JJ, I agree. I love The Rock. We have the same birthday. The Rock is my favorite wrestler. I fight with my brothers because they love Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I love The Rock. That's my guy, okay? The University of Miami Hurricanes, that's my college football team, okay? He played for them. I love The Rock. But are you going to buy Under Armour stock because of that? No. No, you're not. Because it doesn't move the needle. JJ, if you wasn't family, if you wasn't family, we'd be fighting right now. I'm not going to do this battle with you right now, but I'm just saying we're going to look into that, okay? Now, what to do. Leadership. Let's cover it briefly, okay? Because JJ Mess, he trying to throw me off right now talking about this dang Stone Cold crap. I ain't fighting over no wrestling today. I'm not going to do it. This is what we're going to do. Let's talk about leadership. Military leadership. Things of that nature. I don't know if I have any military people in the chat right now, but this is not to frustrate you, okay? This is just to have an honest conversation. And I'm going to tell y'all why. I hear a lot of people that are military people say the military produces great leaders. They produce leaders, go to the military, they treat. I'm conflicted with that, though. I'm conflicted with that, and I'm going to tell y'all why. There's all different type of leaders, and that's why I said true leaders, okay? Which is extremely subjective, and it's just part for the conversation. But I keep hearing the ladies say, men are the leaders, y'all supposed to do this, y'all supposed to do that, right? Military people say leaders, teachers are leaders. I don't know about that. I don't know if that's to be true, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why I don't necessarily think teachers are leaders. I'm conflicted. This is not like a strong position, but I had a conversation with someone, and I'm willing to entertain the ideas of a different perspective, different view, something that I didn't even think hardly about. I have an enormous amount of respect for people that join the military, that protect our country, right? So I don't take shots at them in any type of way, because the sacrifice that they're willing to take, that a lot of other people aren't willing to take, I never disrespect that. Never disrespect that. A lot of them, now I'm not going to say all, but a lot of them, when that time comes, whether they want to do it, whether they getting paid to do it, whatever, however you think, they put themselves in position to take the ultimate sacrifice for us. So I don't ever undermine that in any way. So this conversation is just about the vision on leadership and how it's thrown out there about people in the military in particular as being leaders, etc. And the reason why I say that is because there's always huge conversations about men are the leaders this, Martin, Malcolm, all these different things. If I say turn right, I say turn left, leadership, right? And it gets frustrating after a while, because I know there's a manipulation tactic when it comes to women in leadership, right? They just say men are the leaders, but they really don't believe that, right? I'll give you an example. This lovely lady here. I know you guys are looking at her and saying, wow, she's hot. I like her. Okay. But if you listen to what she said,
I'm not a relationship guru or any of that, but I understand people. And one of the things that I understand the male ego completely, right? Well, not completely, but to a certain degree. Yeah. And so one of the things that I learned is to plant the seed in the man so that it's our idea. At the end of the day, do we want to be, do we want to be right or do we want to be happy?
All right. Listen to what she said. Plant the idea in the man. It's our idea, but do you want to be happy? Do you want to be right? Right? Which one do you want? Listen to what she's saying.
I will plant the seed of what I want to grow. And then when he thinks that it's his idea and he's like, oh, we need to do this, I celebrate him like it was his idea.
Now, listen to what she said. I plant the idea, my idea, into his mind. And when he thinks it's his idea, I celebrate him as if it's really his idea. Listen to what she said.
Because it is going to protect his ego, and it's also going to give me what I want.
Smart for that, yo.
Now listen, if it's going to protect his ego, but it's going to give me what I want.
It's not me. I learned that from my mom. I do that inside of business. I do that inside of relationships, and not in a way of manipulation, although technically it is manipulation.
Thank you for acknowledging it is manipulation. She was told that by her mother. She does this in relationships. She does this in all different type of areas, right? Now, the reason why that's problematic is because I say this all the time, women, they actually don't want you to lead them. They want you to be responsible for outcomes. So she's saying, look, it's my idea. This is what I want done. I want you to do it. And I'm okay with you thinking it's your idea when it's truly my idea. But the responsibility falls on you. The responsibility falls on you.
But it's manipulation for what is best, right? So if I know that
it's manipulation for what is best. That's what she said. And remember, it's her idea. She's allowing him to think it's his idea, celebrating him, and it's manipulation for what is best. I.e., she's determining all this herself.
Man can't hear information for me to say, hey, you need to do this way. I'm just gently going to plant the seed over here. And another thing I feel like for me, and this is just
now,
me.
You guys might not realize that, but it could be her idea of leadership. The way she leads is from the back seat. Hey, didn't you say we should go left? It's her idea, but she told him, didn't you say we should go left? And he goes, yeah, you're right. I'm going left. The thought process behind that is that women don't want to be led. They want to lead with leaving the responsibility on you. Okay. Now let's talk about how that transforms into leadership. And I'm going to tell you why. A lot of times, women in particular will be like, oh, I was in the military. I'm a leader. I had a ranking in the military. Some people reported to me in the military. That makes me a leader by default. I disagree. I disagree with that. I disagree. I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure about this leader stuff, right? Is that true? How Charleston Wright get on my... okay. I'll play that then.
That's why God can't trust a woman to lead nothing. You see how illogical that is? Don't you know she could? That's why the woman cannot be trusted to lead, because her emotions gets in the way of rationale. She'll burn this down out of spite and regret it once it's burned down. That's why she gotta nurture. She can't come out front and dictate and analyze and give instruction. She gotta nurture, because when her emotions get involved, homie, her logic goes out the window. And she's loyal to her emotions. She's not loyal to what's right. She's not loyal to her man. She's not loyal to her children. She's loyal to her emotions. Because when mama don't feel like it and mama tired, mama tell you go sit your ass down somewhere. Boy, I'm not having this today. She's loyal to her emotions. And she will sit motherhood aside till she got her emotions. And that shouldn't be the case.
Oh, I know he's Mr. Controversial. Oh, I know he's Mr. Controversial. But what he says is interesting. What he says is interesting. Right or wrong, you guys make that decision. Loyal to your emotions. Okay. Now, I don't know, Kazi. He could just be silly. It's fine. I'm listening to the idea, the thought. Right or wrong, you guys decide that. But a lot of times I hear that because you're in the military, because you have a ranking, and here's the part where I'm slightly ignorant of, right? I don't know for certainty, right? When it comes to getting promotions and getting higher ranks, right? I think there's multiple ways you can do it. So at some level, it's probably years of service, and then you edge up, whatever the case is. But and I don't know if you have to take a test. I know in law enforcement, a lot of the times to become a sergeant, lieutenant, there's testings and things like that, right? A lot of the times. But the struggling part is this leadership in the military that's frustrating for me, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. Most Fred, what up? The frustrating part comes with how do you identify if someone's a leader? How do you identify if they're a leader or not? That's where the confusion starts to play a role for me, right? How do you determine if they're a leader or not? And that's where I'm kind of like, The way I look at it, like this: to be a leader in the military, I don't know if you can be an actual leader in the military. Or I don't know if being in the military, getting promoted, makes you a leader, right? So let's break down some possibility scenarios, etc. Right? If you, I don't know, JJ, you'll have to help me. E, you can help me with this. If you have a platoon, I don't know, you have 3 people that report to you. However you want to look at it, right? Does that make you their leader? Does that make you their leader? Because I'm not sure. Because I don't care if you command a bunch of people and they report to you, does that make you a leader? And here's where the complex part comes with. I don't think that makes you a leader. And I'm gonna tell you the reasons why, right? When it comes to this true leadership, etc., right? The reason it gets complicated is this. Choice plays a big role in this. For example, when Martin, that we deem a leader, a form of a leader, no, either man, we're not going to use the default definition. That's why I said true leader. Oh, there's a reason for that, my friend. True leader. Now, choice has a lot to do with leadership. Choice has a lot to do with true leadership. Now, and that's why I was saying it depends. What is your definition of a cheerleader? What is your definition of a cheerleader? My definition of a cheerleader? I don't know. I think they just dance or they do acrobatic stuff. I don't necessarily have a definition of them. I don't know. I don't know. There you go, Eda man. There you go. There you go, Eda man. What is your definition of true leadership? Well, it's open. It's open to being built out, right? But in default, I'll say this. Choice has to be involved, meaning people follow your leadership by choice and not just by choice, and not by force, right? Not I'm trying to figure out the best way to describe it. Kazi says, I can see retracted messages. No, I cannot see retracted messages, Kazi. No one can. So whatever he wrote, I don't see it. Whatever he wrote, I don't see it. He says, if you lead by fear, you are not a leader. Yeah, you can use fear as a tactic. I don't necessarily disagree with fear as a tactic. I don't necessarily disagree with that. You can use it. Now, but the choice, and mind you, I'm planning it to the position of in the military, right? So let me give you the scenario, right? Because when we talk about leaders, right, true leaders, right, you see somebody is leading somebody's going in a direction, someone's deciding things, and then you say, oh, you know what, I like that, I support that, or or you change your mind, right? But you have every right to do so, right? You have every right to do so. A level of belief kind of has to be there, right? A level of belief kind of has to be there. And mind you, we're not steadfast, strict to the definition of leader, right? Because we understand what the default definition is, right? If I'm on a field trip and I'm the kindergarten teacher, right? I'm the kindergarten teacher, right? And I'm leading the students. Okay, fine, you be the leader, whatever. But in a sense of true leadership, right? In which what I'll give you some additive to it, right? If the argument about forcing you to follow and naturally following all these different things, right? So, for example, I'm trying to. I don't want to constrict it so much to that point. How about I say it like this? How do the military force you to follow? Excellent, excellent, excellent question, right? Let me give you an example. Let's say, give me 3 rankings from 1, 2 to 3. Give me 3 rankings, right? Where I can clearly say this person reports to this person. Just give me 3 rankings, and it doesn't have to be in order of what you type, but so that way I know this person's in charge of this person and this person in charge of that person. Just give me 3, and they can be arbitrary names. I don't care. Okay, private, sergeant, first sergeant. Okay, so I'm going to presume the private reports to sergeant, and then sergeant reports to first sergeant, right? Let's just go with that, right? If you're a private, this is what the question is, right? And you report to a sergeant, right? Do you have to listen to the sergeant? Do you have to listen to the sergeant? And the question is, have to listen to the sergeant. Do you have basically a right to be like, nah, I'm not going to do what you say, right? Now, why would anybody listen to a sergeant if they don't have to? That's what the question starts to come down. I ain't got to listen to you. What happens if you don't listen to the sergeant? Are there repercussions? Are there actions that can be performed for you not following rules? because rules limit choice. Rules limit choice. Because maybe you don't want to follow this leader because you like, but then you know the rules say I'm supposed to do this. The rules say I have to do this, right? It's repercussions for everything. Yes, it is. It's repercussions for everything. However, if the repercussion is I don't get a paycheck, you kick me out of the military, then I'm just doing it because I have to do it. True leaders, I don't know if there's a force. And that's where it gets complicated. For true leaders, you can't force it. It should be not forced for true leaders. It should be your choice. And if you don't think that you can be conformed to a choice because the alternative choice could be worse than that, you might acquiesce. I know you disagree. This is why I know this is you. This fits your personality all the way. Of course you disagree. But the question is, I think at this point, this is how I look at it, right? Let me just give you the breakdown. And mind you, I just random conversation. So I don't necessarily feel strongly either way. I just like the conversation. Let me ask you this. I look at the sergeant as a manager, not a leader. You manage me. You ain't no leader, though. You just managed it. The military has strict rules. They have strict processes, right? And you follow them. You follow them. So if you are a sergeant, right, and I'm a private, right? Everything that you can do and tell me to do, etc., is outlined for the most part. There are rules. There are things to follow. You are a manager. You are managing people within the guidelines of your position. Now, I don't know what the highest is. I'm assuming it's general. It could be something higher. I don't know. But maybe you get to general status. We can talk about leadership. But even then, it's still within rules. It's still within written guidelines, structuring, etc. That's where it gets a little murky for me. Yes, I get the president part. I think the president. What else? What else did I was looking at earlier? I forgot. I totally forgot what it was. But the president, people that's his national cabinet, whoever it is, national advisors, etc. All of those guys, right, or women, probably guys. I don't know. They can come together and they can do certain things. But in the military, the processes are already set up. Ain't nobody doing nothing crazy. Ain't nobody throwing nothing amazing. That's where it gets a little complicated. That's why I say I don't necessarily look at them as leaders. I see them more of managing people. We just have managers at different level. So that's what my difference of perspective there for the conversation is. I don't necessarily look at people in military as leaders. I look at them as managers. You disagree with that? That's the question. That is the real question there. Do you disagree with that? Either man, managers, is that fair to say? Can you say managers? Why can't I look at them as managers? No, either man. Nope. I agree. If we take the staunch definition and not the way in which we're conversing now, I would agree with that. You and I both know if we argue in definitions, this ain't really a conversation. But when we're talking about relations and leadership in the truest form, right? And like I said, it's open. You can kind of negotiate it a little bit, knowing you, because you're a master negotiator. I won't argue on that. Do you understand that? Okay, let me ask you this. managers can be leaders. I can agree to that, right? That's an open statement. Yeah, I could see that. I could be a leader at a position as a manager. I can agree to that, right? But the question is when aren't you a leader as a manager? And if managers are leaders, when aren't you a leader as a manager? And that's why I have trouble with this. And that's why I told you it's an open conversation. We just chopping it up to figure this out. But that's why I was like, I can look at it just as management. Look, I'll just do my job. Look, that's the boss, whatever the case is. And see, the thing about having a sergeant or a sergeant one or a lieutenant, etc., there's up the ladder, right? You can go up the ladder. You can, the ladder says, hey, look, if you to have a disagreement with your sergeant one, the rules as clearly defined say you can do this or you can do this. So it's so structured that I just look at people playing within the rules and managing within the rules. That's why I don't necessarily look at it as leadership. To me, a level of leadership requires a level of ingenuity, right? A level of creativity, a level of to a certain degree, even some defiance against rules to a certain degree. That's how I kind of look at that. So that's why I struggle a little bit with when people say people in the military are leaders. I was in charge of 3-4 people. I was a leader. I don't really look at it like that. To me, that's you just been in charge within rules. You're in charge within the rules, and that's why I struggle with that. So I don't know. Yeah, either man driving home right now, Hong Kong, drive do it. So that's where a lot of that struggle comes from. But it looks like actually a lot of people, for the most part, don't disagree. Kazi actually has a really good statement. Managers tend to focus on controlling resources, whereas a leader focuses on inspiring and empowering people to work together for a common goal. Interesting enough. I actually like that one. Zoe says, how many people do you have to lead or manage to be considered a leader? I don't care if you have 100 people that report to you. I don't care. If your organization has, I shouldn't even say it like that, but let's just say you are a sergeant one, right? The military is already there. The military is already there. You step in, Zoe, you're a sergeant one. I'm gonna just throw that out there. It's arbitrary. Don't take it personal. You come in and you got 3 people that report to you. So what? You just the person at that role that manages those 3 people within the rules that are outlined here. You ain't doing nothing new. You ain't creating nothing new. You just following the rules, following the process. You may be meaner than somebody else, but for the most part, the rules are in place. So that's where the complex thing come from. Now, I will give you something to compare the leader versus management, right? I can find a clip for that. You know me, I always got clips on clip. Let me see. I can find something. Oh, yeah, this is actually, yep, let's go with this one. Here we go. JJ says, I'm demoted. Yes, I might be demoted. You listen here, right? This man will describe a difference.
The difference between a manager and a leader. A manager maintains things. A leader changes everything. A manager follows policy. A leader creates policy. A manager keeps tradition. Leaders break it. Managers focus on the bottom line. Focus on the horizon. Managers are always focusing on doing things the right way, is what I'm saying. Leaders want to know whether we're doing the right thing. If you are led by a manager, you will never grow. What's the difference between a manager and a leader?
Now, I kind of do like his perspective on that. Brownsville, New York, you are on the Aaron O Show. Welcome to the show.
Yo, peace and love, peace and love.
Eda Man Williams, you are on the Aaron O Show.
How you doing, brother?
Man, listen, I'm just surviving. Life is good though, but I will tell you this: I got called to jury duty. No, I'm very upset about that. I will say that.
Yeah, that's why you're attacking the leadership of America, because
I'm not attacking. I'm creating a conversation, sir. Okay, there's no attack here. I don't do no attacking. I like conversations. That's what I do. That's what I do. And right now, because I had a conversation, I was like, you know what? I don't necessarily disagree or agree, but I like to talk. That's what I do. I'm stupid. I shouldn't be talking, but they let me do. They messed around and gave me a microphone. So my position primarily for this conversation is that I don't care if I don't know all the rankings, so I'll be going through too many. Sergeant, lieutenant, after that, whatever, right? I don't care. I'm just following the rules. Either man wins.
Hello, follow what I'm saying. Listen, try to follow what I'm saying. So you know the guy who ruled Germany. I ain't gonna say his name.
Don't say that name.
Okay.
Don't say that name.
Listen, we know the guy who ruled Germany. Would you consider him a leader or a manager?
Leader. It ain't even close.
So you said, because what I'm trying to understand is, you said you can lead by fear, but you can't lead by force.
So, yeah. So when it comes to this true leader, no. But the thing is, when you talk about that person that was on the other side of another country, he had a lot of people loved him. I agree that there is fear there for other people, but he fits it as far as a leader don't follow rules. They create rules. They change rules. They break rules. He did that.
Oh, so hold on. So let me make sure I understand. If you follow rules, that means that you're not a leader.
No, you can be a leader, but that's not enough to just be a leader, right? You see what I'm saying? Like there's more components to it, right? So you can follow rules, but you definitely got to be willing to break them. You definitely have to be willing to break them. I'll say that. You can't be, oh no, I can't do that. I can't, that's against our rules. I won't break. Nope, can't be a leader then. Now, you still can lead. I know, right? But you have to, because you have to be. Let's listen to the video again, okay? This video is designed for the man Williams to listen to, okay? And I know the man, he a little bit older, and you don't like old people, but just listen.
What's the difference between a manager and a leader? A manager maintains things.
That's either man.
A leader changes everything.
Yeah, that'd be JJ. JJ changed everything.
A manager follows policy. A leader creates policy. A manager keeps tradition. Leaders break it. Managers focus on the bottom line. Focus on the horizon. Managers are always focusing on doing things the right way, is what I'm saying. Leaders want to know whether we're doing the right thing. If you are led by a manager, you will never grow.
First of all, it's a lot of problems with what he said. If that's the case, all of these preachers out here need to call themselves managers and not leaders, because they follow the word of God. Hello. Go ahead.
They don't know. They don't be, but go ahead. They don't.
They're not breaking the word of God and saying, oh, you know what? We gonna do our own thing and we ain't gonna follow the scripture. Like so his this whole statement that he's making doesn't make sense. That means that he's just really a manager for God.
Oh, you talk about him? I don't know this man. I'm just listening to what he said. I don't know.
No. I'm just saying that this is a preacher telling us that if for you to be a leader, you must break rules. And if you if you following God by the scripture, if you follow them by the word, and you never go against that means by definition, his definition, he is a manager and he's not a leader.
I could counter that multiple ways because leaders can have leaders, right? Or do you think there is no one above the leader?
I think it is someone above the leader. That's why I think what he is saying is completely bogus. Because if God is your leader, see, because when he said this, he said that for me to be different, I must break the rules. So if a pastor is not breaking the rules of Christ, what means is he's not a leader. He's just truthfully manager for God. So that's why I disagree with what he's saying. And I believe that I can put Aaron O under a good manager, and Aaron O can have the potential inside him that he can grow outside of that manager and become a leader. Just because you're under a manager doesn't mean it's going to stun your growth. I love a lot of things he say. I just disagree with this one.
Oh, so you know who he is?
I know who he is.
I have no idea who he is, so that makes it easier for me, right? I'm the only unbiased one here at this point. So,
hey, Aaron, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, basically, man, that brother, he's just spewing babble. You know what I'm saying? He's saying a lot of words that really doesn't have much substance. Because when we're talking about leadership and what qualities make a good leader, we have to have a baseline of standards on what qualifies or what differentiates a good leader from a bad leader, right? And we got to have some type of anecdotal examples in order to substantiate our claims. What this pastor or preacher is doing, he's just coming out of his own mind with stuff that he's not substantiating. That's my problem with his argument, right? And my problem with your argument, Aaron, was you were saying, well, I need someone who's going to be an innovator or someone who's going to have ingenuity, right? And I understand that if you're trying to find a leader to lead a company that's trying to reinvent the wheel, right? So if you want an inventor, you want someone to come here and change everything about the company and make it new, then I understand that. But if you already have a product and you just need to bring in somebody to manage personnel and lead that company in the right direction, there's no better leader that you can get from a leadership perspective than a former military service member, in my opinion.
Yeah, so
if you look at it and list, I'm gonna do you more than just what the pastor did and just say a whole bunch of crap, right? I'm gonna prove it to you. 31 of the 46 U.S. presidents are prior military service leaders, right? 31 of 46. So that's about 67%. So that's about 2/3 of the ultimate leader of the country were prior service leaders. On top of that, you look at the Fortune 500 companies of the world. 8% of them prior military service leaders. Once again, right? And if you look at any company, any business, or anything, right? Whether you need somebody to lead you on a run, whether you need somebody to lead you in a fight, whether you need somebody to lead your company, your business, there's nobody more pressure tested or battle tested than somebody who's been in battle. You can't duplicate that, Aaron, no matter how hard you try. You cannot duplicate a wartime scenario because fight or flight is something you have to experience. And that's what makes military service members who have been leaders special, because they've already been put to the test. And I'm gonna land my plane right there just for a moment.
Okay, yeah, so Yeah, I don't know who this guy is. So apparently y'all do, right? But the thing is, I understand when you speak about like let's talk about a big corporation, right? The biggest one is Apple, right? It's led by their CEO Tim Cook, right? He is a manager. He managed there's nothing really creative that's coming out except for now you could argue the little glasses over your head, but before that it's just rinse and repeat. iPhone, new iPhone, like it's a lot of rinse and repeat, right? Because the visionary was Steve Jobs, right? The visionary was Walt Disney. The visionary, the people that create, that wrote the playbook, all you got to do is not mess it up. Those are managers. So I don't refute anything when it talks about if you want to go into wartime with somebody, you want somebody that's battle tested. That's not even an argument. Like we're not about to have no argument
But
about that.
not just wartime, Aaron. No, not just wartime. Just anytime. If you need people trained, if you need people led, if you need people managed, you want to get the guy who took. So if you're a military leader, and I was a military leader, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we get a brand new soldier who has no life experience whatsoever, and they give you that soldier and they tell you, get him up to speed on everything and get him ready for war. So it's like you're taking a mold of clay and you got to sculpt that into a warrior. There's a lot of dedication to that. In the Army, they have an acronym for leadership, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage, right?
Yeah. So let me ask you this: that acronym, who created it?
I'm sure some bureaucrats.
So those are your leaders. If they create your policy, if they create how you do things, and you follow that to those are the leaders.
Well,
I won't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that, Aaron. Because
but that
like
goes
you
back.
said,
Hello, that bro, 1 second. That goes back. Just because it's multiple leaders does not mean that I am not a leader. For example, let me give you an example of what I'm saying. I believe pastors can be leaders, even though they have a blueprint of the Word of God. I believe they still have to have the ability to lead the people, even though the blueprint is there.
So,
because
are you saying the people are following the pastor and not God?
I think they're following the pastor. In most situations, you have to have a strong pastor because just the Word of God is not enough. It's proven that the Word of God is not enough. You have to have typically a strong shepherd for that organization to be successful. Do you agree with that or disagree with that?
I'm not really good on religious topics, sir.
All right, let's take it away from that though. So the first thing is, I don't believe that you have to be a visionary to be a leader. I don't think that that's a requirement.
It's not.
So, but I do think one thing that is a requirement is accountability. Do we believe that a leader must have accountability?
Yeah, that's at the highest. That's at the highest level up there.
Okay, so the one thing that the military have did really good at is teaching people on how to be accountable. Another thing another thing that the military have taught is that people think everything is laid out. It's not laid out like you think. Typically what happens, they say, this need to be done by this time. And where your leadership traits actually grow in the military is you actually creating a plan and a system to accomplish that thing. So even though I'm in the confinement of what you want me to do, I still have to have leadership to be able to get this done and create an effective plan to be able to make it happen. Do you agree with that?
To a limited degree, because if you are somebody that's done that, then you could probably be a leader, but that's not necessarily a requirement. Because if they tell you just do this, they give you a layout, what needs to be done, what time it needs to be done, and you following a checklist, which could be done in a lot of areas.
But let me give you an example. I'm glad you said that. Now let me show you how you get Aaron. So Aaron, say I am a leader and me and you are partners in this YouTube game. And I say, hey, Aaron, I want you to create a YouTube page. I want you to create followers. I want you to do this, that, and third. And you built your YouTube page. Yes. Can you say, since I gave you the blueprints and I gave you the necessary steps, would you consider yourself a manager because I gave you the structure?
A manager of YouTube? So the short answer would be no, because if I have an audience and I cultivated an audience and I lead and curate that, like if you gave me, this is how you need to run your show, this is what you need, like if you wrote all that out and then you plug me in, I would be like, nah, I'm not really a leader. What you are the leader, and I'm following what you're telling me to do, and I'm just, hey.
But that's the myth of the military. See, what people think is everything is wrote out, and all you gotta do is follow the plan. That's not how things work. What happened is they give you a high overview of what needs to be done, and it's your responsibility as a leader to be able to accomplish that mission.
And you gotta, not only that, the Eater man, you're making a lot of great points. And another misnomer is that, like I said, when you get these kids straight out of basic training, they don't know anything, right? They go to basic training, they go to the training for their occupation, and then they come to you knowing nothing. And you have to build them up and teach them everything. That's everything about their specific occupation, everything about being a soldier, everything about being a warrior, whether it's from physical fitness, whether it's from how to dress themselves up, whether it's how to perform all of the tasks on their job, whether it's how to perform tasks in life, period. Like, I'm telling you, if you get a military leader, he's going to have far more experience on leading someone than anybody else you can get. And that's why a lot of these companies, if they have an applicant who says, hey, I was a prior first sergeant or sergeant major or lieutenant colonel, they're going to have high preference to hire that guy to be a leader for their.
Yeah, so I can agree with a lot of that. The problem that I have is this. Either man been told, hey, look, hey, you're in charge of the new recruits, right? This is what you need to get done. This is what you need to teach him. Whether it's combat or whatever the case is, we taught you, now you go teach him. That's what the question is, because if you're bringing your own influence, intelligence outside of the training that they give you, then
absolutely.
Absolutely.
See, that's
let me say my sentence yet. I'm building up. Like, come on now, calm down. Dang, look, I'm asking you this, right? Let's say you get firearm training, right? They teach you that. So that part is out of the leadership rank. You come in, they teaching you that, right? So if they teach you and you teach somebody else, that's it. What are you telling me that you're coming into the military and teaching things that they ain't teaching you? That's the missing piece. That's what I'm thinking you're trying to tell me.
So it's the difference between book knowledge, because everybody goes through something called AIT. It's an individual training to learn your job, right? That's how you learn your job.
Yes.
And I remember going to AIT and I thought I knew everything about field artillery until we went to the field. And it was some leaders who said, I'm going to teach you the reality on how to do this. I wouldn't call it shortcuts, but it was more efficient ways to do things outside of the book. And that's what I'm telling you from the leadership point of view. Some things that the leaders teach you in the military is not from book knowledge, it's from experience. Like, hey, from life experience.
Right.
That was not taught.
Are they listen, did they learn that out, like, from somebody else, like through that experience? Or
no, They learned it like stacking the house. So stacking the house is how you break into a house. Like say if we was trying to detain somebody, we stack in the house, right? I've stacked the house before. I'm telling you what they teach you versus if I get with an infantry guy who done stacked 1,000 houses, he just knows stuff from his experience as a leader so it's not about being taught, it's just him being in the game. He learned how to break into houses the proper way without losing his life. So it's not always a taught thing. That's the whole point that I'm saying. It's not about somebody teaching me. It's some things that I have learned. We do something in artillery called a goose egg, right? I have learned how to identify things not because of somebody taught me. It's just I sent so many rounds down range. I start learning things with my intelligence.
I get that part, right? You're using your experience and applying it. So let me ask you this. You still have to apply it within the rules, right? That's where the limitation comes from me there, right? It's like, all right, yeah, you learn this, but hey, look, we don't allow this in the military. This ain't gonna happen either, man. I don't care what you learn out on that field. This ain't allowed over here.
But Aaron,
so what's not allowed? What's not allowed?
Aaron, you gotta understand, man. That's in all walks of life. We all gotta play by the rules, right? So a lawyer gets his law degree. He passes the bar, right? He can't operate outside of the rule of law. He has to operate inside of the rules that govern the laws of the land.
Now let me ask you this.
That goes across the spectrum.
Let me ask you this. There's a thing called discretion, right?
Right.
So the judges abide by the law, but they do something very unique, right?
Right.
They follow the law, but they have a wider range for interpretation. They have a wider range than we would have, right? And you can make case law. Like you can literally create something that has not been done yet and put it in the books and go, wow, that's the first time that's ever been done. And then that becomes all. You see what I'm saying? Like things can be created.
Right.
But that's the whole point. Listen, look how we fight today. I just want you to understand. We used to walk up to each other and we just shoot at each other. We didn't flank people. We didn't do none of that. And what I'm telling you is inside the military, you can be able to be creative to learn certain things.
Yes. Those are your there you go. We never did a flank before. Where you learn that? Oh, I designed this up. Ding, 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 ding. Yes. Now they implement what you created into the structure. Fine. You can have the title. You can say that. But if I create the flanking strategy and then I teach either man how to do it, hey, this is what I did, and you go teach somebody else, you ain't the leader. I am.
So, but what if I take But what if I take flanking and make it into a double flanking motion with a pump fake, right? Like say if I take what you have done and I made it into something better, I am still considered a leader. No, hold on. Let me be clear. It is followers in the military, and that's all they're gonna be. Hello, let's be clear.
Okay. Say that then. Say that.
I'm not saying. Let me go on record. I am not saying that everybody in the military is a leader. That's not what we said. And this is why they have a rites of passage in the military. You have to go to a leadership school to become a leader, right? So that's the whole point. That's the first point is you must go through the rite of passage to become a leader in the military, right? So we're not saying just because you went to the school, you're gonna become a leader. But I'm saying is the ones who do become leaders, I definitely consider them as true leaders.
And Aaron, and Eater Man, and you know this all too well. There's no book, there's no training, there's no insight that can prepare you for what you're going to experience in war. Experience is the greatest teacher in life, right? No matter what field you're in, experience is the greatest teacher. So what military leaders understand is that experience is what makes us the greatest nation in the world, because we got the greatest leaders that's leading these soldiers in the world. That's the backbone of the army. That's what they call the non-commissioned officers, right? Because those are the guys that are depended upon to lead, like I said, these green guys who come in with no life experience, and you got to turn them into a warrior. There's no greater leadership qualities than that, Aaron.
So a lot of people are saying you don't have to reinvent something to be a leader. That's the part you're missing, right? So listen, you are just a conductor. Either man, I want to conduct. I want to hire you to teach these men how to run a flank. Does that make you a leader?
Absolutely, if they effectively learn it and able to follow me effective. I think what we're not talking about is if my followers are being successful at accomplishing the task, that makes me into a good leader. Or you can say a good manager.
You say good leader. I don't know if that's relevant or not. Let me ask you this. If they are not successful in the task, are you not a leader?
I think it can make me into a bad leader.
But you still a leader.
I would say no. If your followers aren't proficient in what you're leading them to do, then you're not a leader. You're failing.
No, you falling for the trap, Brown. No, you're still a leader. See, this idea that the idea is that my leadership, I'm not a leader based on my results, I think is crazy. I think what we do is we measure what type of leader based on the results, but it doesn't say that you're not. I think we got, I don't know the guy beside me. He want to get in here. He looked like he got a military cut. He must be.
Yeah. Aaron, I hope my echo's not too bad. I don't know what happens every time I get online. But long story short, it depends. You have some people like their role, like me, I was just admin. You're not gonna, they don't allow you to make a lot of changes if you just work in admin. You just manage. You can lead. The only type of leadership you would have is when things aren't ideal, or you have something that's not written in the book and you have to work with what you have and make it work to what the higher ups want to do. You have some people that are allowed to lead. It depends on your role. Like if you're an infantry person and you actually will be in combat to where people could die, I would take that person as a leader. But if you're like in support where you just follow what the instruction, you're just managing what the instruction says, I can kind of see what you said. But in events, you can do some leadership in there when the instruction has something written, but you can't do it. So you have to find another way to get it done. That's why I would say leadership will come into play, but it has to be allowed. A lot of the military, they want followers. If you're the type of person that points out where something is wrong, even I see this even with my people that work in maintenance and some people in infantry. For a big example, the pullout from Afghanistan, I'm here in Southern California, so I'm around a lot of Marines. It's a lot of chatter about how they were not happy with how we left Afghanistan and how those Marines died. They felt it was wrong, but they listened to their leaders, even though other leaders said, this is wrong. They basically, I don't want to go in depth because I don't want to get your channel flagged, but it was done badly. And they knew it, but they were not allowed to because they had to follow the orders of the higher ups who weren't even there. And they got those people, it didn't turn out good. But that's why I said some people want to lead, but they're not allowed to. They could be good leaders, but they're controlled. Because if you want to make rank, you better make the other person of the higher rank look good by just doing what they say, even if it's a bad policy. So it kind of affects their leadership. A true leader will say, I know this is a bad policy, but I'm going to prove to you why this is wrong. I'm going to show by teaching the truth, but you're not allowed to do that, because if you were to do that, then you would be removed or fired. And they'll put somebody in there that's just going to do what they're told. So it depends on your role. I would trust an infantryman or somebody who actually will have to go in battle with leadership over a person that doesn't even have to worry about it. I just listen.
Well, but I challenge that, because even in admin, the guys in admin, they still lead PT. They still create things outside the office that requires leadership qualities. So I get what you're saying on maybe through their 9 to 5, but you know one thing I know admin guys is really good at taking a fat soldier and making them skinny again, because they always get fat in the office. And what they do is they create a plan, a leadership plan to take this guy from being 40 pounds overweight to being 15 pounds overweight. So I think your job might not require you to have a leadership, but the military actually is constructed for everyone to have leadership qualities.
Yeah. You
But
will be in
I
charge
agree
of
with
people.
that distinction, though. I agree with that distinction that he made, as far as there's a difference in the military between someone who is going to be charged to lead someone in battle than someone who's not. That is an important distinction.
I guess for either man's point is a leader can have leaders, can have more leaders, right? And it's fair. Now, let me ask you this, because right, we're getting into a little bit of minutia here. Accountability is huge, right? Accountability tied with a level of responsibility is important as well, right? So let me give you an example. Let's say, either man, I report to you, right? Let's say you do something wrong and you compromise my ability to work. I go to whoever's in charge of you. You might be accountable, you might be reprimanded, but I still can go to somebody else that is more accountable even for your actions.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And so at some point, the buck got to stop with somebody. You agree?
Yes.
We can't keep shifting accountability. At some point, the buck has to stop somewhere, right?
But that's with every company in the world.
Correct. And that's
Everybody
why
has a structure.
Yes, I understand that. And that, listen.
Well, hold on. Let me respond to what you said first, right?
Yes, sir.
So just because, one thing in the military is there really accountability on equipment that you own, right? So a person can be responsible for $20 million worth of equipment. And if you lose that equipment, you're gonna be a flip. I don't want to get into details, but you're gonna be held accountable for those things, right? Just because you can go to someone else, I still have to be accountable for what I am over. See, what you're saying is only the general's the leader. I'm saying that there's levels to leadership, and at each level, those people are leaders. They're not just managers.
Okay. And you can go into every company in America and find a leadership organizational chart, right? That's going to list the CEO at the top, and then it's going to branch off from there. Does that mean that everybody in the middle of those branches aren't leaders, in your opinion?
Yes, it can mean that. So for let me give the example, right? In the military, what makes you not a leader?
I think, go ahead.
What makes you not a leader in the military?
Let's identify how we identify people who are not leaders.
You can't innovate. I would say, or I'll make it more simple. You got a person that has no idea what's going on. 6 months later, they're running the company. They don't need you to tell them anything. They can just show up, get the job done. But when they first showed up, they didn't know nothing.
No. So what makes you not a leader is the person who's not responsible for others. Like a private coming into the military, have no responsibility of other people. That's why at that point in his career, he is a follower. He's not a leader. It's a lot of other things we could say, but that's the first level.
Interesting.
I see what you're saying, man. You go against the grain. Sorry, Aaron.
No, you're perfectly fine. So you're tying responsibility to leadership now.
Yeah, I believe that a person like dudes who say they're a leader and they don't have anybody following them and they're not responsible for anybody else, I don't consider them a leader.
When you say following them, like you mean willingly following them, forced to follow them, required to follow them, follows them under their own desires because they believe in them?
I believe that you're a leader with force. I know people don't agree with that, but I believe if somebody can force you to do something and you do it, you're still under their leadership. Now, is it the ideal leadership? I don't agree with it, but you're still leading.
Okay, let me ask you this. If you had to make a decision, if I gave you only one option and I said, who is the truest leader? What would you say that person was?
I don't think it exists. I guess I had to choose somebody. Okay. You said that I had to choose somebody. Donald Trump.
One person.
Donald Trump.
Are you serious?
No, listen, you gotta let him finish. Donald Trump. Keep making your point. Donald Trump. Tell me he ain't no leader.
I'm just trying to. I like that one, right? Okay, so if you had to pick where the buck stops, you think it stops with him. Out of everybody that you could pick anybody. You could pick Barney. You could pick Bert from Sesame. You think the buck stops with him as a true leader?
Yeah. If we talk about people alive, I think if we see, I believe
they ain't got to be alive. I just said in your mind.
Well, if that's the case, I believe the true leader is Jesus Christ.
Let's stay there.
Go there. Okay,
let's stay there. Do Jesus lead with force?
Yes.
Really?
I think so.
No. Listen, choice, autonomy, you decide, free will. That's what y'all have, right?
So hold on. You think Jesus Christ didn't lead with force?
No.
Old Testament.
Even if you think he did, right? Let's just say you think that he did, right? The people that say they follow Jesus Christ, they liars or they've been forced. Like, I'm trying to understand, like, lead by force. He probably done things forcefully, but the leading part. I'm not saying nobody's not done anything forcefully. The leading part, the free will part, are you saying we don't have free will?
I'm saying we have the illusion that we have free will.
Gotcha. Okay, you one of those. Okay, I got you. Okay, fair enough. I don't know. I don't know if we have free will or not. I'm gonna die one day anyway. Fair enough, right? The point being is that I don't know if you're a true leader if somebody's just doing something because they have to do it.
I get what you're saying. For your qualification of a true leader, you said that you don't think that you can lead by force. I believe true leaders can lead by force.
Okay. Let's accept that. Let me ask you this. Let's kind of extrapolate that a little bit. Women want leaders, right? Should men lead them by force?
Absolutely.
Okay, right now, you a leader. For the men that you tell to lead by force, how would you deliver that conversation to them? How could you be like, this is how you lead by force?
Well, the easiest way to lead by force is to be able to guide someone to be able to do what you want them to do, but they feel that it's their own free will that they're doing it. For example, if a husband says we going left, and he convinced his wife that they going left, regardless if she agree or not, they're still going left. So that's the whole point that I'm telling you is I think a lot of people lead by force.
What kind of force you talking about? Like, that was very vague.
I think so when I'm talking about force, so force is just not physical. I don't think that guy in Germany had to physically put their hands. I think force is mentally too.
Hey, Aaron, to me, what measures a true leader is the litmus test that we use, right? For instance, when I felt I became a true leader was when I looked my squad and my platoon in their eyes and said, follow me in war, and I'm going to make sure you get home to your families. Their lives was my responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
I was accountable to make sure that they made it back home.
And
there's no truer form of leadership than that.
And if they don't make it back home, what's your punishment?
If they don't make it back home,
mm-hmm.
and I don't know if either man experienced this, but a lot of people, and I know some people who have unalived themselves because of that.
Survivor's guilt. That's the punishment. Survivor's guilt.
That's real talk.
The shame of failing your troops. The shame of letting their parents down. That's your punishment. That's more punishment than any little reprimand you can get in this weak-ass civilian world. That's your real punishment.
So
hold on. But we gotta ask Gray Pill. Do you believe that a person is not a leader if they lead by force?
A person can lead by force as a leader. Not leading by force, that has nothing to do with it. Sometimes you gotta use your authority. Your authority is the force. The fear of consequences is the force. People just had this misconception of what leadership is. Anyone that has someone under them that got to follow directives from them, that person is a leader. The moment you have subordinates under you that you tell when to do something, how to do something, what to do, you're leading them. And if they don't even do it right, you make them redo it again. Lead anyone with subordinates, anyone where you're responsible for their time, where you got to know where they at all times. You're that leader. I've led and trained hundreds of troops. Just that civilians will never understand, because most of them, my wife is a civilian, first of all, let me make it clear, but most civilians haven't really led anything, haven't really led people, haven't really been in charge of 30 people, especially in a wartime environment. That in the civilian world, they have this leadership where if the person don't agree or understand what you're saying, they can say what they're not going to do. That's not in the military. You're not finna you're not gonna tell me what you're not gonna do. You're not gonna tell me what you
tell you to stop being so long-winded and practice fire punch round. I told you this.
Well, what am I saying that's wrong?
I'm not. It ain't about you.
And that's how they
wrong.
deflect, and that's how deflection. But I'm done.
Hey, Aaron, you gotta let him cook, man. He was cooking.
No, I told Red Pill last time. I said, bro, you got to learn how to quick hits. Boom, 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 boom.
Well, let me ask you this question. If a man says, I want my wife to do this, and she don't do this, it will result in a divorce. Is that leading by force?
No. Okay. I need to make sure I understand what you mean force, right? You don't necessarily mean physical force.
No, force is so much deeper than physical force. No, I'm not just saying that you have to physically touch them to lead by force. That is not true. Being able to say, if you do not submit to me, I will divorce you is mental force. That's forcing you to do something or leave.
Yeah, I never touched a soldier in the army. I never attacked one. It's just that if you don't listen to me, I'm gonna give you a field grade Article 15. You don't get 45 days of extra duty. You're gonna lose rank and money. And if you keep playing with me, we're going to kick you out and you're going to get a dishonorable discharge and you're not going to get any benefits when you get out. So what are we going to do now? You're going to take this, and I'm only going to tell you that one time. What's the move?
99% of the time, it doesn't even have to come to that, right? Because when you get a subordinate under your command, they're going to follow you because of your command presence, because of your knowledge, wisdom, understanding, because of the discipline that you're instilling in yourself and into them. Everything that you're oozing out says leader. So they're following you willingly, even though if they don't follow you, there's severe consequences on the back end of that. But I've never had to tell a soldier, hey, if you don't follow me, these are the consequences. No. They followed me because I led by example. And they trusted me and respected me.
How do you know that?
Occasionally you would get.
Pill just said Hey, if you don't listen to what I say, well, I'll reprimand. Our article wasn't at 100.
Because
you do all that. Wait, calm down. You do all that. What makes you think those people genuinely wanted to follow you? Maybe they didn't want to be reprimanded.
this is the thing. I don't care what they wanted. Just do what the fuck I say. In the military, it's called shoot, move, and communicate. You don't have to agree, understand, or like my leadership to follow it. And you don't have to say that to most soldiers. I'm just saying that there are knuckleheads. There are cats that come from the streets in the hood that never listen to nobody in their life. And they want to come to the army and act like they still tough. Just because you bigger than me don't mean you can whip me in this army shit. You probably can't whip me in this real life shit if you really want to knuckle up. But they come in, let's say he was a jock or some or a thug, and he think that he ain't got to listen to Sergeant Nelson because Sergeant Nelson 5'7". But guess what? First of all, I'll uppercut your whole ass. And secondly, I'll give you this field grade if I have to. So you're going to listen to me. So that's the people that you got to talk to like that. I'm not saying that you have to talk to all troops like that. But anybody that was in the military know there are thugs and knuckleheads in the military. And you got to, like with any thug or knucklehead, you got to be firm and straight up. I only had to talk to soldiers like that once or twice in my 15-year career. But it's one of those things that's necessary. Most of the time, they're going to follow and listen. But when they don't, you just can't be like, oh, what do I do now? Be like, hold the fuck up, buddy. I'm the motherfucking boss. I am the captain now.
So my experience is I work directly for the first sergeant. And the first sergeant, for the people who don't know, is the person that the Article 15s go to, right? And I'm going to tell you right now, if you want to force a soldier that's doing the wrong thing, take half of his pay and put him on extra duty. For some reason, he started doing the right thing. That is force. And I don't have to physically hit you.
So basically you in charge of him. Or you have the ability to cause difficulty for this person. That's what y'all speaking to.
So that's still leading by force, though. Do you agree that that's leading by force without physically hit? Well, I'm just trying to see if you agree that you can lead by force without physically assaulting. Because when we was talking about the marriage thing, I think you tried to go the way of I was talking physically assault, and that's not what I was saying.
I didn't make an assumption. I allowed you to speak what you were saying. I didn't make no.
No, you asked the question. You said so. You saying not physical. We just tried to paint the picture how you can lead by force without putting your hands on someone. Do you at least get that point?
Oh yeah, no, I know you can. Yeah. But I don't know if that's leading though. So for example, you caused a consequence. You consider that leading because you caused a consequence?
So like the leading is me telling you what to do.
No, I'm not going to do what you say.
The consequences are just because
I'm not going to do what you say.
Well, that's where the consequences come in because you didn't listen.
Yeah, but you're not leading.
That's called accountability.
That's where you're wrong, Aaron. I can't make you follow. I only can tell you.
So you're not leading. So that's
that's called holding you accountable to
people got to understand that followers have a responsibility too. You can't squeeze juice out. You can't squeeze lemon juice out of a rock. The best follower in the world, the best leader in the world can get a shitty follower to follow. If a person just said, fuck it, I don't want to listen, all you can do is give them consequences and get them out of your system. The best leader think about it. I can't make Sherelle do shit she don't want to. No man probably can just make her do nothing she don't want to. You can't make someone do they don't want to. All you can do is get the consequences, and that consequence would be me to have to stop dating her or some shit. So, and that's how it is in the military. In the military, the consequences would be, I got to get you out of my army. You can't just be like, oh, you're a leader and the person got to listen. No, just because the person don't listen, don't make you not a leader. That makes them a knucklehead. Therefore, you give them the consequences. That's how leadership works. I can tell you, I can guide you, but if you just say, fuck what I'm going through, I either can put hands on you or give you consequences. But either way it goes, it's going to be consequences. And in the army, I'm not putting hands on nobody. And that's how leadership works in any situation. You tell them, they can always say no because I don't have Professor X mutant mind control powers. I can't make you do shit. I can tell you. And then at that point, you have a choice. And after that, I give you consequences.
Red pill, but we know that there's more nuance to that, right? Because what you're describing is the beginning and then the end result of insubordination, right? But in between, there's a lot of teaching and training and guiding and you connecting with that personality, finding out what communication style he responds to the best, finding out what his best attributes are, and you're trying to grow that within him or her. I mean, am I right about that?
No, you're right. I skipped some steps because those in between, of course, you don't go straight to Article 15. You get them a counseling statement first, and you tell them like,
that's what Aaron is looking for, right? He's saying that how do you get this person to willingly follow you without the threat of the consequences?
but my thing is, I don't care about them willingly following me. When I go to war, lives on the line. I don't care about you willingly follow me. Shoot, move, and fucking communicate. When I say go over there and man that fucking tower, you don't ask me why, Sergeant Nelson. You get your goofy ass over there and man that fucking tower before I shoot you in your fucking leg. Because we're in war and disobeying a direct order will get you fucking popped, motherfucker. You putting lives on the line. Get your goofy ass over there. If you don't listen again, I'm gonna give you a fucking field grade Article 15. Your bitch ass gonna be out here filling sandbags in the hot ass sun. Best believe, because I did it before. I was that hard-headed, insubordinate nigga. That's how I know how ignorant it is. I had 3 Article 15s in my whole career. Two company levels, 1 field grade. I've been in them fucking, I did it. I know about the ignorance. You see, I'm ignorant now.
Yeah, we noticed. We noticed. So this guy crazy. Y'all can see this. Okay, he don't care nothing about nothing. Okay, you see, that's what I was saying. You can do that because within the structure of the military, I can write an Article 19. Hey, since you here, give me one of them Article 19s, you know, since you in my military, this what I do around here, right? So then, of course, you the big dog in your military because that's within the rules, you allowed to do that. What about outside the rules? What can you do to them?
Easy, depending on your job. Depending on what you do.
You say?
But well, in my personal life, I stop fucking with you. You don't comply, get your ass on. When you don't comply, you don't benefit.
Wait. So your argument is this. Let's say either man is walking down the street, right? He bump into a woman. Oh, you cute. And she go, you dismiss. I'm a boss and I'm a leader and get away from around me. Does that make her the leader of him because she got him outside of his life?
No, I thought you was asking as a leader. I mean, in normal life, what do you do when someone don't listen? I thought that's what you were asking.
I get that part, but you ain't a leader to them. In normal, would you be a leader in normal life?
No, I was answering your question. What do I do when a person don't listen to me? I tell them to fuck off.
See, this is why Aaron is being disingenuous. I didn't think I would have to say this. But
you don't care what I say, then fuck off. That's how
we had already. I thought we was at least talking about somebody under your authority. We're not talking about some random person walking down the street and now I'm leading this person. The first thing is for you to lead somebody, they have to be under your authority. Can we at least agree there?
So that's the first requirement.
Yeah, they have to be under your authority. See, from the military point of view, these soldiers are under your authority. So we're not talking about some random person walking past a soldier and say, "Oh, that person leading them." No, they're not under their authority.
So listen to what I'm saying. So that leadership ability don't translate to outside the military.
Yes, it does.
My wife under my authority.
Just listen. Jesus freaking Christ, right? Jesus freaking Christ, right? See, I like to get the authority, you have to have people under you. That's the whole argument that y'all having right now. They have to be reporting to you to some degree, right? That's literally they got to report to you, right?
We got you. Keep going.
So my question then is, how do you get someone to report to you outside of the military?
My wife and my kids report to me.
Well, not only that. So say for example,
I lead this bitch.
I got a couple people that's under my authority currently, right? So we'll agree that my employees are to some extent under my authority, right? So we're gonna go past that.
Under force, yes.
Sure, force. Another thing is I have a coaching and mentor program where young kids have chosen to be mentored by me and they're under my authority. Would you consider them under my authority or you consider them not under my authority, Aaron?
That's complex. Can you write an article 113 on them?
I think I can remove my presence. So say for example, they value me coaching them to become young men today. If I was to remove my presence and stop mentoring them, that is the consequences of them not listening to the things that I'm saying.
Exactly. Like with my children.
Venus gonna hold you accountable. She said you didn't answer the question. I don't know. I'm just having a conversation. I don't know. What I'm hearing is that the best leaders come from the military, right? And
Aaron. So it's not a monolith though. There's different leadership styles within military leadership, right? So you got a micromanager style of military leadership, you got a delegative style of military leadership, and then you got Red Pill Ranger. He's more the hard charging his way, or he getting you up out of there. You know what I'm saying? That's his style, right? So it's not a monolith within the structure. But I'm gonna tell you this: the greatest leaders come from that type of ilk. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no test greater than leading troops in combat.
And believe it or not, I'm flexible. Because like he said, Edie Man said earlier, I took two six week courses each on leadership. And it tell you about the different leadership styles.
Wait. There's a course you could take to become a leader?
Yeah, no. I didn't say that. Aaron, I didn't say that. I didn't say it's a course to take to become a leader. I said I took 2 6-week courses on leadership. And in those courses, they teach you the different style of leadership and how to adjust your style of leadership based on the personality type of your troop. I might have one guy I can tell him, hey, go over there and do that, and walk off, and he do it. And I ain't got to check back. I have another guy, I might tell him, go over there and do that. I got to come back and check every hour. I have another guy, I have to tell him to do that. I got to sit there and do it with him for an hour, then walk off and come check back 15 minutes. So you got to base your leadership style based on
you're just managing personalities. That's managing.
No.
Managing. Don't get caught in the weeds. You can be managing and leading at the same time.
He's gonna exist at once.
I don't know about all that. I don't know. Either man, tell me when somebody's just strictly a manager. Isolate that for me. Just be like, you only a manager, you not a leader. Give me that idea so I can see the differences.
You have any authority power? Can you punish?
Your name ain't Either Man, you bad listener.
So I think the only time you're a manager without a leader is when you have no power whatsoever.
So y'all all power hungry. That's why y'all want to join the military.
Yeah, that's what we did. We want the power.
Get there 2 years before them to force people to have to do what you say. Oh, now we understand now.
Yeah, we like Debo.
That's why now we understand why y'all have this insatiable desire to have the ability to force someone into a situation, right? Because if they had their decision to decide to listen or follow to you,
they did have a decision. They had a decision whether they wanted to go into the military or not.
The military didn't necessarily have you there. Like,
yes, they did.
No. When we signed up for the military, we
didn't. I was there first. That's why I'm the leader. I was there first. I was already a part of the military when that private decided to go sign that on the dotted line.
And if it wasn't me, it's gonna be somebody else to tell them what the fuck to do.
Exactly, which means we just plugging people in, aka not leaders, just managers. Y'all is a bunch of managers.
You just a hater.
Around under the leadership title. Y'all want to be leaders, so y'all went to the military to have forced people to listen to y'all to say y'all was a leader over them. I made this person go do jumping jacks because I said I'm in charge. That's what y'all wanted to do.
Did you try to join the military and get rejected, Aaron? Did you try to join the military and then make it?
Step back and listen because I.
Well, hold on, but let's ask it. Let's see if Aaron's going to be honest. So
I ain't gotta be honest. I lead this show. This is my show.
I got you, Aaron. I got you. So, Aaron, let me ask you this question. This is what the real question is. Who do you think is the leader, a true leader? If you had to choose one person.
On this show, it's me.
Okay.
But let's get into the weeds in this, right?
Yeah, go
Because
ahead.
when we talk about a leader, when we talk about leadership,
Now
we're
you
talking
let him
about
off the
we're
hook
talking about
though.
qualities.
You let him off the
We're
hook.
talking about
You-
qualities that make a leader, right? And so you said accountability is one big quality. Would you agree that another big quality is discipline?
No, because Red Pill ain't got no. He come on here yelling, screaming, cussing every single show. I tell him, "Can you stop cussing so much?" He says, "No, I can't."
I
So,
got
no, he
discipline,
ain't
but
got
not with
no
y'all
discipline.
niggas.
He got up here and said 7 curse words in a span of 30 seconds. He ain't got no discipline, and he come from that place that y'all call military.
I got
So,
plenty
no.
of discipline. I just only curse when Sharon on the panel, really. Well, I get right.
But Aaron, would you agree though that a good leader, one of the underlying qualities that's very important is discipline?
Yes. If you made me answer the question about something that I would highlight that leaders would have be a high level of discipline, yes, but I couldn't limit it to that because I could point to people that ain't got a lot of discipline. That, according to you, if they can boss you around and write an article 167 about you, they get to be your leader. So yes, I would recommend discipline for a leader that I would have some admiration for and want to lead me. I might not have a choice. I might got to go there and Red Pill Ranger got his helmet on saying, "Welcome to my military. I run things around here." So I might not have no choice because I already made my disciplined agreement that I ain't no quitter. I signed up and they put him in charge. So,
I had you cutting the grass with scissors.
see what I mean? He came to the military just to boss me around. See, that's what I'm telling you.
Red Pill Ranger represents the scared straight in leadership, right? So when I got the guys from a guy like Red Pill Ranger, I had to kind of retrain them into what's normal, how to become a normal person, because I gotta get them. I want people to follow me willingly, right? That was my litmus test. I didn't want them to follow me just because they signed on the dotted line that they had to. I wanted them to follow me willingly because in war, there's a level of trust that has to be applied between me and those troops. I got to trust them to have my back. They got to trust me to lead them, right? So in order to establish that trust, I got to earn their respect. In order to earn their respect, I have to show them a good level of respect, right?
Trust
So
is not a requirement for leadership. Either man said you gonna
I got
do
you,
what
Billy. Listen, the moral of the story is Aaron O done got caught by the feminists of leadership, and he think the feminist way of leading, and he think that he completely removed the masculine way of leading by force.
In Brownsville, I prefer them to follow me willingly, but sometimes you don't have the time or energy to do that, particularly the time. When it's time for that mission, when I get an order from my first sergeant and I'm the staff sergeant, I have to shoot, move, and communicate. I don't have the time for only people that agree and understand what's going on. Sometimes I get orders, I don't even fully understand why we're doing it. I just know I gotta pass it down. Yes,
right.
Aaron, being a leader is just to do what you told to do. Red Pill, fall in line.
Yeah, because people lead me. I'm a leader, but also people lead me. You can be a leader and still led by others. We have a first sergeant and the commander. They well above me in an XO. So even though I'm a leader of these 30 troops in this platoon, the first sergeant and the commander are above me. So they tell me something, and I need your platoon to go over here and unload these connexes.
Yeah, so
I'm not going to ask why.
You managing the platoon and your leaders is leading you.
No, I'm leading them because if it's not done right, I got consequences and responsibility for when it's not done right. I got to make sure everybody's doing it right. I got to make sure they're doing it safely. I got to make sure everybody's where they're supposed to be at the right time and doing all that shit. It's leadership. Yes.
And the nuance of that, Red Pill, right, is that while you're training or while you're not in war, that's when you're connecting with those troops and you're establishing that trust and you're establishing your leadership skills onto them. You're making that impression, and that's when they trust you and they willingly follow you, and they're going to follow your commands because of the person that you've established yourself to be in their eyes. Is that correct as well?
Yes, and the best way to do that is to get out there and work with them. The best way to do that is to get out there and work with your troops. Roll up your fucking sleeves and get out there and sweat and work with them, and that builds a level of respect for you high. And that's the kind of leader I was. But again, I only got raw with people when they didn't comply and it was time to do something. Now later, it been times I got raw when they didn't comply, and then on the back end, I put them over to the side. Listen, we can't be doing that. I don't want to have to talk to you like that. I didn't want to have to jump in your ass like that, Private Johnson. However, when I say something and we on a mission,
as a leader of the show, you say pause after you say some nonsense like
well, Private Johnson. Well, you know, that's a common black name, and I had a lot of black soldiers.
You missed it. You didn't even know what you said. You said you jumped in their ass.
Hey, listen. Yeah, sometimes you have to put it, you know, jump in their ass. Pause, okay? But yeah, so sometimes I come back and I'll sit once things slow down. You sit there and you have that real conversation with them, and usually they be like, you know what, Sergeant, I understand. I just was in the mood. Then you start finding out they might have other stuff going on in their life. That's when the counseling part come in. That's when the connection come in. Next thing you know, they like, you know, I'm my girlfriend, man, and we've been getting into it, and I just been grumpy, or like my mom been bugging me for money. See, you start hearing that other shit, because a lot of times soldiers act out. It's some other shit. But at certain times, I don't have the time because the mission going on to get into all that. You just got to do it right now. But on the back end, we really going to get to the meat and potatoes of the situation. And we're going to work it out like that. And that's what good leaders do. You take care of your fucking troops, Ron.
You ain't got to be a good leader. Because according to y'all, right?
Now, red pill.
Go ahead, brother.
Hey, Brown.
Now, I hope you're not bringing that leadership style to your household. Okay, I hope you're not a hard charger like that.
Why not?
Your household, because that's
why
gonna
not
create a problem, man. That's gonna create
why not? See, why not?
Because
I'm saying, Brown, I want to have this conversation. Why can't I be a hard charging leader in my household?
Because you're not dealing with war and you're not dealing with troops. You're dealing with your loved ones. So you're supposed to lead them by loving them. You know, that's a totally different form of leadership.
I don't know who told you that, bro.
Well, it's the truth.
No,
that's a totally different form of leadership.
We stern up here. I can still love you and be stern and direct. I got 3 sons and a daughter.
That's a different thing, stern and direct.
Now, my daughter, I dated her.
What you were describing is, hey, if you don't follow me, I'm going to leave you here at this gas station and you're going to find your own way home. Or like,
that's not what he said.
You're going to get this Article 113.
If my kids don't follow me, I'm going to take that Xbox. I'm going to take them gaming computers. I'm going to take them Nintendo Switches.
It's the same thing.
I might turn the goddamn Wi-Fi off. So yes, it's consequences up in here. If you get bad grades, we taking all that shit.
Okay, so let me ask you this: you're a married man, right? I'm going to play into this married thing for a second. You're responsible for your wife, and your wife is responsible for you, correct?
Correct.
No.
I say correct.
She's responsible for some aspects of the relationship, but she's not responsible for me. I'm responsible for everyone under my umbrella. She's responsible to love and respect me.
That's facts. My wife is not responsible for me. She's not responsible.
I'm responsible for her.
Well, what's
her safety?
Okay. What's the context?
Yeah, my protection and provision. I'm responsible.
Hold on, Red Pill. Hold on. I want Brown to tell us how his wife is responsible for him.
Well, she's responsible for loving me the same way I'm responsible for loving her, right?
That's not responsibility.
Of leadership, right? I have to do my role as the husband, and she's responsible to fulfill her role as a wife. But I don't look at my wife as a subordinate. That's the difference.
No, but listen, but Brown, the reason you wrong is she's responsible.
My wife is my intellectual equal.
I
My
got you.
wife
Listen,
is
but
my
hold on. I got you,
partner.
bro. But you got to be willing to
Not
have
my
the
soldier.
conversation. I got what
I'm
you're
willing to
saying.
have the
Hold on.
conversation.
Hold on, listen. She's responsible for her responsibility. That's not being responsible for you.
Yes, she is responsible for me.
How?
Absolutely. Because my heart belongs to her.
No, listen. You still ain't answering the question. How is she responsible for you?
I just answered it. She's responsible over my heart.
Okay.
I don't know what other answer you're looking for.
Because that's not responsible. She's not responsible for your heart. You're responsible for your own heart.
No, I gave my heart to her, and she gave her heart to me.
What?
My wife definitely my subordinate, and she okay with it.
So hello, maybe I missed it. Red Pill, do you feel when he explained how his wife is responsible for him?
No, because that's not the kind of responsibility we're talking about. When someone asks us, "Are you responsible for a person?" I mean, she my wife. I'm going to love her. She's going to love me. But I'm responsible for her, as in, if we lose this house, her dad, them, and all her uncles gonna be looking at me. If we go bankrupt and lose everything, her dad and all her uncle and them gonna look at me. If the kids' college fund disappear, everybody gonna be looking at me. Why did I let her?
No, wait. I'm tired of this BS, right? I'm not letting y'all get away with this no more. Shout out to Mayo Monkey says, what ranks did these men hold in the military? They was those people that go to first day of camp. That's all they did. They barely made it past first day of camp. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm tired of y'all in this BS. Okay. Talking about I'm responsible for it. If they come to you and you say, oh, my wife took all the money out of our account and went on a trip with her side thing, you think they gonna be like, oh, bro, it's still your fault? You think that's what they gonna tell you?
Yes. They gonna say it was your fault. No, hold on. Let me answer the question.
Wait. You gonna say I trusted my wife. She has access to the account. She took our money, went with her side dude, and y'all gonna come up here and go on the Aaron show. It's still my fault. I'm the leader because I shouldn't have ever let her take the money that she had access to just because y'all want to sound correct. Really?
Well, that's not the same thing, Aaron. Your example is a narrative created that don't apply to what we're saying. What I'm saying is the household failed. That's what I'm here responsible for.
To what you're saying.
If she deceived me, I can't be responsible when I didn't know. I wasn't in the know. I was deceived.
Nah, you're responsible. I'm blaming you, Red Pill. I'm blaming you, Red Pill, if you let your wife take all the money. But let me. This is what the point that I'm making.
My wife don't have access to my account.
I got you though. But this is the point that I'm making. If something happens to my wife, I'm going to be held accountable for that. I have to be held accountable if something happened to her wife. Her fathers is going to come to me and say, "Where were you when something happened X, Y, Z to your wife?" Right? Might not work like that in y'all world, but that's how it works in my world. If something was to happen to me,
let me ask you a question.
You gotta let me finish the point, Brown. Hold on, I'm almost there. If something was to happen to me, my wife would not be held accountable. Like that's not a realistic thing.
My wife, dad gave me 2 guns and said,
"Let me test that
protect
theory.
my daughter."
Let me test that theory. So, eat a man. You said if something happens to you, your wife isn't accountable for that, right? So who do you have your will going to?
My will goes to my wife. That don't make her accountable.
If something happens to you, right? But if something happens to you, she is accountable for taking the authority.
I think you don't understand what we mean by accountable.
She's responsible for taking care of the kids after I'm gone. If something happened to me and she get that will money, she's responsible to do right by the kids with that money. I'm gone. She's not accountable.
That's not accountability.
That's what I'm telling him. That's what I'm telling him.
Just because they wrote her a check doesn't make her.
That's what I'm telling him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not. Yeah.
The leader in that aspect?
I'm not there anymore.
Who's
She's
the
the
leader
leader
in
by
that
default,
aspect?
son. She's the leader by default.
Like, basically you're saying that your wife is incapable of being the leader. So
what?
But
What are
she's
you
still
talking
a
about?
leader,
You're
right?
making it up now.
Is she
You're
still a
making it
leader?
up
Yes or
as
no?
you go. No, the reason I
No,
say you're
because
making
I'm
it.
testing your theory. I'm testing your theory. You
I'm
said
saying you're
that
testing
if
it.
something
You're
happens to
testing
your
it.
wife, you are accountable. But if something happens to you, your wife isn't accountable. So based on your own logic, you just proved your own logic incorrect.
No, I promise you,
Happens to you, your wife is accountable.
So, Brown, let me tell you this. We hearing every other word that you're saying, by the way. For some reason, I don't know. Is it just me that his audio is going in and out? But so I'm gonna try to respond to what you said. No, I'm not talking from a financial point of view. If something happens to my wife, her father is gonna hold me accountable because I'm supposed to be I'm supposed to be covering her and protecting her. It have nothing to do with a paycheck. Just because a life insurance company wrote her a paycheck, that's no form of accountability. She's actually a beneficiary of something that I put in place while I was alive. That's not accountability. For example, let me give you an example, bro. Hold on, let me give you an example. I can make my daughter my beneficiary. And just because my daughter made money at my death doesn't make her accountable.
So your wife don't have her own autonomy?
That's not what I'm saying. I think you're missing what I'm saying. What I am saying,
because I'm kind of confused.
Yes, she have her own autonomy. I'm not saying that my wife don't have her own autonomy, but I want you to understand, just because someone is a beneficiary of your death on a life insurance policy, that does not make them accountable. Your kids are not accountable for you just because they got paid a paycheck because you died. That's no form of accountability at all.
But I'm not talking about that, right? Because you're leading your household, correct?
Yes.
And in the event, God forbid it doesn't happen, but in the event something happens to you, who becomes the leader of your household?
My wife.
There you go. So in essence, right, she does have accountability.
No, because I am no longer there.
She don't have accountability why I exist on this earthly plane. When I'm alive, all the accountability in this household is on me. If anybody get hurt, fucked up, fail at anything, it's because my leadership failed them. That's how marriage works in the Western world. If we don't, like I said, we lose this house, my wife's car get repoed, even if she the one that didn't pay the bill, I should have kind of been making sure she paid it. Actually, I should have been paying it. So in this Western world, if that household fail, like I said, her uncles, her aunts, like if a woman be like, I need $500 for this, the first thing people gonna say is like, did you ask your husband? Where your husband at? You know what I'm saying?
Does your wife have her own occupation, her own career?
Mm-hmm. But if something happens, what you need,
she goes to work, right? And then she comes home, and then she gives you all her money and say, "Well, hey, you take care of everything, and you just let me know what I can
hear
do."
the logic. I just cannot accept it.
It is my responsibility as a leader to not deal with no more of this nonsense, okay? I provided you with some form of entertainment today, okay? We learned that Red Pill got leadership issues and he went to the military to go boss people around because he was having trouble doing it in the civilian world, okay? Either man said, I don't care about nothing. As long as I can boss you around, I don't care. If you scared of me, you're going to do what I say. If you ain't scared of me, you're going to do what I say. I do as I say. He got control issues, y'all, okay? Y'all can clearly see the issues that come along. Now, Brownsville, he's part of the SBG gang, solution based gang. So that that's part of the family. Now he was a little more well put together and a little more sensible. Okay, he was a the thinker of the group, as y'all could tell. Okay, but at some point, I think we gotta go. Okay, shout out to Carl Anderson, showing some support. I appreciate you. Okay, but I ain't letting them do this to me. I gotta possibly go to jury duty tomorrow. Okay, I'm on call. I gotta deal with that. I ain't doing no more of this. I haven't eaten. I rush home just to get to the show. Absolutely not. If you want the conversation to continue, it won't be tonight. Shout out to my brother Black Gold Moolah. It's his birthday. Make sure y'all let him know happy B-Day all through the chat. Show him some love. He's been rocking out with me for a long time. That's my guy. But he know I gotta go. He know I'm not doing this tonight. Look, Moolah, put your Cash App in the chat for me. I'm gonna buy you a drink tonight. All right. I don't drink. I'm gonna buy you a drink tonight, okay? Shot of Henny Summit, it's on your boy. Drop your Cash App in the chat, okay? I'm gonna make sure you get a sip of Henny on me today, okay, my God. But other than that, the Aaron O Show, as the leader of this show, I'm leading y'all to another day, okay? I don't know where we going, but we getting up out of here, okay? So as always, I appreciate y'all, and we gonna see y'all on the next episode of the Aaron O Show. Until